Mr. Blonde, Mr. Blue, Mr. Orange, Mr. Pink.
Why am I Mr. Pink?
Live from the 102.5 The Bone Studios in St. Petersburg, Florida. It's Drew Garabo. Live.
Oh, yeah, it's Drew Garabo live with no Drew Garabo in sight. His trusted co-host, a cat named Mo, a.k.a. Maurice. Well, he's here.
All this frustration, I can't meet all my desires.
Started out with a little born of frustration because even though I had something to talk about at the onset, I'm going to push that back because there's a breakup afoot, and it is good. We, and when I say we, I mean my two guest co-hosts in here with me. You know one of them. He's typically always, well, I was going to say both of them are typically at the ready. Steve Hurley of Stingray Chevrolet. Steve Hurley, how you doing, brother?
Doing great, Mo. Good to see you.
Good.
Thanks for having me in.
Good to see you without saying, hey, can you take care of something on my 83 CJ?
I think it's a record number of days how long we've gone without having 83 on the service drive.
Well, that's finally because it wasn't an issue. It was just preemptive. But I finally got to something where Mike goes, yeah, man, you need to probably go to a Jeep shop.
Yeah.
A shop that handles Jeeps. You see the Chevrolet? You see the Chevrolet moniker outside of the window. Respectfully, he did the right thing. He absolutely did the right thing.
Yeah.
Do you know Kenny Brock out at Specialty Motors in Dover?
Know of him, yeah.
Okay,
I don't know him, I don't think, but I know him. Know of him.
When I was talking about,
We've met, I think.
Yeah, I believe you have, because when I was talking about, he's the one that ended up doing the axle swap outs and the re-gearing. That's what it needed because
so you did do that after all.
Well. Oh, wait, hold on. Well, this is the thing, and you're a car guy, so you know this.
Nice
And believe me, we're not going to have a protracted conversation about this particular vehicle, though whenever you're in, people want to call about cars. By the way, Patrick Smith, the attorney Patrick Smith, in with us as well, going to be in all assets and aspects of the conversation.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I was just envisioning this sign in Steve's shop that says days without incident and then days without 83, right side by side. I like we're on the same wavelength.
Well, it wasn't that I decided that. We're talking about my 1983 CJ7, which I love. 83, that was a very special year to me. And you right now, I mean, the pretty much full frame up restoration.
Full restoration later, yeah.
You and Mike
it's a killer Jeep.
I took it in to get the radiator fluid flushed.
The way I look at older vehicles like that is if the individual that owns it wants to sell it, is that something that I'd be interested in buying? And now, when you first got it, not so much. Now, yeah,
you'd snap it up, in a heartbeat.
It's an awesome Jeep.
The way I look at it now is if there's anybody out there that's planning on buying a CJ7, and they stopped making CJ7s in 86, so you're going back 40-odd years, prepare to drop $30K into that son of a bitch if it's not already done. I mean, maybe 15 to 30. That is what I'm finding, is that people that say, oh, I bought this to restore it, they're 25 to 30K over the course of years and years and years. That's what they say they put.
Well, here's part of the deal with the Jeep also compared to something that's a classic sports car is people didn't take a Jeep and park it like they did some of these classic sports cars. They used the heck out of these things.
Right.
They drove them, they ran them, and they used them. And so, yeah, you may have a lot of work to do if you buy one.
And let me tell you what is bad about that. Okay, people that brought, those specialty cars, the Ferraris, the blah, 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 they understood that they couldn't work on those vehicles.
Oh, yeah.
They needed to take them to a Ferrari dealership or what have you. People that bought CJs and Jeeps, they don't understand that they are equipped to work on these things. So not everyone, but you'll get a lot of cats. What I'm finding and what I'm reading being on the CJ side is you'll get a lot of cats that want to figure, okay, I can read a manual and I can do this and I can do this and I can make this mod. I'll go back to what Larry said in the Bay when he had taken upon himself. He said, Mike told me, Larry said, I went ahead and changed out, redid the vacuum lines to make sure they were proper. And
right.
I go, were some of them not right? He said, none of them were.
Oh, let me tell you, if that Jeep could talk, it'd be quite a tale.
What I loved was the constant updates I'd get from Moon. It was like a chain of updates. It was like, hey, remember how we were working on this? They fixed it, but in fixing that, they discovered this.
Then you discovered this.
And then it was just the next
And that's why
thing.
we normally don't work on those kind of vehicles.
Right.
That
I said, Steve is
happens.
totally hooking you up. Like, this is such a project. Like, just for him to agree to
listen,
do this.
Listen, Steve's been kind, but
oh my gosh.
the money is flowing. The money is flowing.
But you knew that. How much of it, did you do any of that on your own?
No.
Did you get under the...
Wait, hold on. I did not know that. From the photos that I saw, and I think Steve would even say, from the photos that it looked clean AF.
But I told you when we were sitting at that bar in Clearwater, I told you, I said, looks can be deceiving. That's a hell of a paint job. The curb appeal is super sexy.
Okay, but let me
be careful.
Okay, but you don't know this. If the tires have rubber on them and they look great, you don't know. I don't know as a non-mechanic that there's such a thing as timed out, where a tire is timed out. It looks great. It's got great rubber on it, but it's 13 years old and it's a hazard.
No, I spotted it before even looking at the date of the tire. I knew they needed
because
to
he knows cars. I went to law school. I don't know those things.
I don't either.
Right.
That's why.
But I'm saying, but I have common sense to say it's a 40-year-old car. It's going to have some issues.
Well, but I would say this. There are a lot of those cars on Facebook Marketplace and other arenas that people have done stuff and that they have taken care of them. It's been garage kept, and you may have to update this or update that. With 83, it's kind of like they updated all of the exterior. And none of the interior, but none of the mechanics of it.
Well, it had good features.
None of the organs.
It just was not kept up. It had been tired and used for a long, long time, and they were riding that horse as long as they could without having to spend a lot of money on it.
And the other thing is, again, you have guys that go in and they try and work on these vehicles thinking, well, it's just a Jeep, and it is a simple inline six. And I say that because I know that, but I couldn't work on an inline six. But from everything that I read, that is a workhorse of an engine. You should really have no problem with it.
Yeah.
And there's no electronics to be had in an 83.
Not compared to today.
Not compared to today. So people think they can go in and do this and do that, and then they do stupid stuff like body lifts and
Well, they get into wiring and adding stereo equipment and adding amps and all this other stuff and lighting packages, and it just becomes a rat's nest worth of.
It's not a Jeep, but I came home one day to find my son having my boat disassembled in part. And I said, what are you doing? He goes, I'm putting an amp on the boat. I said, like, you know what you are.
Yeah.
I said, get off my boat. He goes, no, it's going to fit right here. And I said, you're not putting subwoofers on my boat. Get off
you
my
sound like
boat.
Harrison Ford there for a minute, on Air Force One.
Get off my boat.
I had to stop
My boat.
myself. Yeah.
Get off my
Notice how he was rubbing the dump button just in case.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, so you said, so you decided to regear. Mike always said I didn't know what regearing was.
Yeah.
I fully understand it now. If you take a vehicle and you lift it 4 inches off the ground and you put 35-inch tires on it where it might have had 22s, 24s, whatever, now the gearing that turns those tires, it's off, and the car is going to be sluggish and it's going to be slow to pick up. It was riding fine, but it was, if everything else needed to be repaired, I knew the axles probably needed to be looked at, and when you go after the axles, that's the time to do the regearing.
Oh yeah.
So it was preemptive and
math wasn't your favorite sport.
No, it really. Oh, dude, then you got to figure you're going 410, 456, blah 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 blah. But anyway, Kenny Brockett, Specialty Motorsports, knows you. And I thought you might know him. And I think that's basically what he does primarily is those old Jeeps. And
so
whatever.
have you driven it since? Is it done?
No,
no.
I have to go pay. It's in Dover because he's located in Dover, and he's off Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Because that's how expensive Jeeps are to work with. That you can take off.
I don't know what that's like.
You can take 3 days off if you want to. Yeah, tell me about it. Hey, you're Drew Garabo Live. What's up?
Yeah, I just bought a brand new Chevy Silverado from Steve, and I just wanted to give a shout out to my salesman And tell everybody out there, if they're looking for a Chevy, there is no better place to go.
That's
There you
great.
go.
Thank you. Do you remember who it was, your sales guy?
Do you remember who
Remember
your
your
sales guy was?
Of course I do. Of course I do. He sold me the best purchase I've ever made in my life.
Are you the sales guy? What was his name?
What was his name?
I'll be telling everybody about him. The beer man got him.
Well, what was his name?
Jim Lewis.
Okay.
Okay.
Goodness gracious, we
Wait,
circled the runway a beat there,
Yeah.
didn't we?
Hold on. First off, don't be
I
screaming.
said Jim Lewis.
No, we didn't hear Jim Lewis.
No, you cut out, brother. You
It
cut
cut out.
out.
We never
Yeah,
heard
you
it.
cut out. We
I'm
never
on the
heard it.
Skyway. I'm on the Skyway.
We
I
don't
drove
wanna
a
hear
long
your
way to come to
excuses.
Stingray
You cut out.
Chevrolet.
All right. Now because you yelled at me, I'm going to tell everybody not to go to Jim Lewis upstairs.
Hey, easy. Let's not go that far.
Thanks for the call. Jim Lewis. There's the man.
Jim's a great guy. He's one of our top guys.
Anyway, okay, because we got a lot to we have a lot to discuss. Damn it, now we can't go to break yet. So, but anyway, yes. So I decided to regear. Blah blah blah. I have not driven it yet. I'll pick it up.
Curious to hear
I'll
what you
pick it up.
think of it.
Well, I mean, you already know how great it runs because of everything that Mike Ingo and Larry, did down at Stingray. So I can't imagine that now that the gearing is proper, that bitch is not going to run like it's 1983.
Yeah, it's going to drive a lot better. You're going to like it a whole lot better.
Steve, right now, $50K, it's yours. $50K. I'll put it online for $75. I'll give it to you for $50 since you're my
You're
friend.
not selling
I
it.
didn't
Stop.
lose my mind just because I said I'd buy it if you ever sold it. But I do know it's done. I do know it's done right. Boy, that steering issue. Oh, just the things that
that
you've been
was,
through.
Steve, can you
No.
confirm it actually exists? Because I feel like this is his girlfriend in high school, goes to a different high school in another part of town. I've still never seen the thing.
It's like Superman and Clark Kent. You haven't seen
Yeah,
Mo. and
I've
the Jeep
never
at the
seen
same
Mo
time.
with the Jeep, even
the
though I
same
was there
time.
from day one discussing the
Seen
purchase.
pictures of it.
Sort of in the inside circle of it all, and still, I've never seen it.
It
You're right.
indeed.
Who paid for the underglow?
It indeed.
Yeah.
I know. I haven't even driven it that night to get the underglow yet.
Yeah. It has to be real for you to drive it at all, especially at night. So I'm just envisioning him in his garage, sitting there on the floor, like I'm in my Jeep.
Hold on. I want to get this
Better
article.
not sell this one.
Okay. Speaking, dude.
You really need to keep this.
To the grave. To the grave.
Yeah.
It's. I can't express to you how, and I think.
Yet,
every-
ironically, it's not going to go down in value. There's no depreciation left. It's just going to go up if anything.
And you're just going to get, and
Yeah.
they're going to become rare and rarer.
Oh, yeah.
But I had told you the story. I was in high school my first year. We had moved down here, and I was befriended by this guy, this kid Ted. His parents had died. He lived with his brother. He drove.
wow.
He drove a CJ. With that, it was like a sand, white sandy color or light brown, whatever you want to call it. And it was a stick, and it was the coolest thing ever. We'd drive around it, and he had no top on it, and I fell in love with it. And then throughout the years, I had 5 Jeeps, and they were all Rubicons, except I did have a Liberty for a minute. And when I decided to, after giving up my last Rubicon, because Bowie was being born, I decided after she turned 3, and I gave my truck to my son, I said, I'm going to get another Jeep. But I'm going to get a CJ, something I've never owned, and I'm going back to a stick, which is what I learned on. And it's not a car to me, and it's not a toy, because I put miles on it. I'll drive it around and then whatever. But I don't, it's not being driven over the bridge back and forth. I don't want to do that to it. But it's something that even if they never drive it, I want to pass it down. My son Legend loves it. The first time he saw it, I got more emotion out of him in that one moment than I'd gotten out of him in 6 months, because he's at that age now where, hey Legend, you want to do anything? Hey Legend, is your room clean? Hey Legend. I'm
Almost like a teenager.
Yeah, almost like a teenager. And he was just like, there's no price tag on that. That's
the fun
mine.
of the
That's
classic vehicle hobby. It really is, and that's why I've got several older cars like that, because I really enjoy the emotion that's attached to them. I still occasionally get stranded by, something goes wrong or we didn't fix something correctly, and it's like I don't have to deal with that hassle, and I don't like when that happens. But you know what? That's just part of having older cars and driving them once in a while. But the fun is, it's like you mentioned that from back in the day at driver's ed in Lakeland High School way back before your Jeep was even made. we had a CJ7, and that was the manual transmission vehicle that
yes,
we drove. And my buddy Walt, he's in-house counsel at Publix, and he was in charge of teaching the manual transmission. I was in charge of doing the 3-point turn. And
Steve, I feel like we know all the same people. I didn't know you were connected to Publix.
I know a lot of Publix people. Yeah.
Yeah, my dad worked with Mr. George for 19 years in Lakeland.
Oh, really? No kidding.
Yeah. Small world. That's I'm a Polk County boy myself.
Is that right?
Yeah, Winter Haven.
Okay.
Raised in Winter Haven, born in Lakeland.
Okay.
Small world. But
Yeah,
when
I wasn't from there, but I grew up in Lakeland.
my dream car is the '64 Shelby with the 427.
Okay. The Cobra.
Yep.
Oh,
and
okay.
so I had one come across my path. It was original, and it had 2,300 original miles on it. It was garage kept. Vietnam vet bought it.
Was this an original CSX Cobra?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
CSX 3000 big
Yep.
block Cobra.
Yep.
Really?
And it was in my parking lot at my office. I passed on it. I'm glad I did because it would have flooded in my garage during the storm, and I would have been heartbroken. But now I'm happy to know when I do acquire one, I know where to bring it. Steve, and this guy did tell me when he was in my the parking lot, he goes, hey, the only thing is the blower is working in reverse. And now, having heard Mo's story with 83, I know we fixed the blower. But turns out the transmission has to be redone or some other thing. There was going to be some other path to fall down. But you're right. There's so much just memory. And once you get that sentimental attachment to a vehicle, it doesn't matter what the vehicle is. You're
right.
And I think Legend's going to have some competition because I think Miss Bowie.
She may. She absolutely. I would love for her to grow. I want to grow a girl boy. If you know what I'm saying by that.
I hear what you're saying. A young lady who can handle herself.
Absolutely. Yeah, that can get up underneath something and
drive a stick
and do all of that and
even if she
kick
doesn't
a
work on
little
it.
ass and shoot some people.
No, 100%. If she may not want to change her own oil, that kind of thing, but just knowing how to do it, how to check certain things on a vehicle, I think that's really smart.
And we'll get into the breakup stuff on the backside of this because you brought up something. I'm at that when we were talking about Legend, and you guys are welcome to join the conversation as always. 800-771-1025. I'm just Legend. I mean, I don't. I ask him to do it like a task, like skim the pool and whatever, and he'll skim it, but I'll watch, and he doesn't know how to skim a pool.
Really?
I'll ask him to like trim the hedges and whatever, and then I'll look out and I'll go, and then I have to go out. No, this is what I mean by this. I honestly, I don't know if I don't feel comfortable asking him to mow the lawn, and that's a failure on me because I'll be honest with you. When I was coming up, I had to mow the lawn, I had to trim the hedges. We knew how to do that stuff around. Now, well, he lives with me. He's with me 2 days,
Yeah,
2 days, 2 to 3 days out of the week.
Right.
His primary residence is with his mom.
Sure.
But he doesn't mow the lawn there. Now it's a large piece of property, so I maybe get that. But it doesn't matter if he's over with me 3 days, and sometimes it's a week, depending upon if she's out or whatever. He should at 16. Any boy should know how to mow the lawn.
Can I tell you something real quick about that? Because when my son Matt, now he's 38, and so when he bought his first house, he and Lindsay, they bought their first house. He bought the house and. He did his lawn and he trimmed it and edged it, made it look real nice. And he texted me, a couple of pictures, and I was like, "Oh, that looks awesome! Thanks for sending that." And then next week he sent me pictures after he cut the lawn, and then the week after that, and the week after that, and I'm like, "What is this What? I never said one thing about now, son. When you have a house, you need to have a really take care of your house, take care of your lawn, the kind of." But I always paid a lot of attention to my lawn when he was growing up. And the old expression of it's not what you say, it's what you do.
You taught him by example.
Exactly. And to this day, I mean, he is so good at taking care of his yard. And that's a big thing for me, too. I did my yard today, this morning before going to work.
I did my yard today.
Yeah,
I got up before I hit the gym. I did. And again, that's a failure on my part. And I would caution fathers, I caution mothers that are doing the dual roles. To a degree, I kind of grew up thinking, well, I want my son to have it a little bit easier than me, and I can do the lawn and whatever. But that's faulty thinking. Mm-hmm. It's not about your son will have it easier than you did if he knows how to do things. Even if you don't rely on him to do them.
That's right.
He absolutely should know how to do them. Mm-hmm. And I'm finding myself being bumped up against him just seemingly, unaware. I mean, listen, he's doing great in school. Last year, it was a battle. The 8th grade, it was a battle for him to get the proper grades, and I think he was distracted.
That's tough,
and he was on academic probation because he's at CDS, and they have a real high standard. And we had to, we had to fight to keep him in for the first year of high school at CDS. And I got to be honest with you, I was like, yeah, this is, and I tried everything. I tried compassion. I tried concentrated anger. I tried example. We had conversations in the car, and I'm like, do you want to be doing this when you're older? To which I would get I don't care. And I was like, well, what do you care about? Nothing. And I'm like, how do you not care about anything? And because I was that kid. You too probably were, where an adult tries to reason with you, and you get them in this circular conversation of nothingness because maybe that's how you're feeling. Maybe you just don't want to have the conversation. Maybe you just don't understand it. But it was I'm trying to reach through. Then I'm trying to first I'm trying to knock, then I'm trying to reach through, then I'm trying to punch through, and it was everything. And if a kid tells you he doesn't care about anything, and I'm like, you want to be able to take care of yourself. I'll do fine. Well, how are you going to do fine? Don't worry, I'll be and so you think you just don't know what to do. So he got back in, and I don't know if it was where he just didn't think 8th grade was all that important, and he understood the importance of now that he's in high school. But I mean, A's, all A's and B's, with a C fluctuating here or there. But there would be times I would want to yell at him, or his mother would say, "Well, he needs to do this, he needs to do that." But because we get a daily schoology, but then I'd have to go, because he would say to me, "My grades are fine," but I go, "Legend, you need to do this." He go, "But my grades are fine." What do you say to that? You know,
buddy, my takeaway from that is I love how you continuously tried to meet him where he was. Like, you tried to find a way to find his currency. That's just being a great dad.
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
If I was a great dad, I wouldn't have had to have the conversation.
I disagree. That's not on you.
that's
No.
not- no, that's
Early days of being a dad myself. My wife had me read a great parenting book that taught me the principle of you're responsible to your child, not for your child. You are responsible to provide them a room to stay in, food, clothing, that sort of thing. What they do with it is on them. And what you were doing was giving him the love and support he needed. What he does with it, that's on Legend.
And a lot of parents struggle with that. There's no doubt. They have trouble with that concept.
Yeah, you can't own that.
Do you remember with your son, was it around, because I would say this was 14, 15.
Yep.
Was that weird age?
15.
When they start getting really philosophical, and William is asking a lot of the big T truth questions. He's also wired just like me.
Right.
And so that, that butting of the heads, because both of us can't be right all the time. But he's a super great kid. Thank God he has his mom's heart and compassion. I love that about him.
Right.
But yeah, it was about the same age when that testosterone starts to flow.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they start looking at the world differently.
And
they're different. London probably wasn't that way at that time. He probably went through it at a different time.
He did.
In a different way.
Well, and that's a great point, Steve, because I will say this. The world, being a 15-year-old in the world today.
Oh, totally different.
With how everything is questioned, how social media has given a platform for every opinion from every asshole and legitimized to a degree people that are talking out of their ass and have no idea what they're saying, have no factual basis. Yeah, when I was coming up, there were facts that you could rely on.
Well, and you couldn't hide behind a screen either. Now you get the anonymity of a screen and an Instagram handle and say whatever you want. There's no consequence.
If you were telling me something, you had to tell it to my face, and if I had a response, you had to listen back. You couldn't just block me or shut me down. So you had to validate. You had to verify the statements. And there's no more of that. We've become a society where ideology is more important than fact, and that's a bad place to be in. Hey, go ahead. You're on Drew Garabo Live.
Hey, Bo, it's Eric.
Hey, Eric, what's going on? Proud Boy?
What's that?
What I say, Proud Boy Eric or just Eric?
No, just Eric.
All right, go ahead, Eric.
So, yeah, I have a 9-year-old daughter and I have a 3-year-old daughter. But, the 9-year-old is starting to give me a little pushback now. And it's getting a little, now you started talking about your kids and stuff. I'm not even sure what to do at this point. Her room is a wreck. And
right.
like you said, I give her food, shelter, and all that. But there's some things I just can't get through to her head.
Well, okay, but let me ask something. What do you do with the frustration that builds up in you when you're kind of saying to yourself, I get frustrated because I never knew my dad, and my stepdad was an abusive prick. So I look at how I'm treating my son, and it may not be 100% right, but I think to myself, I would love to have me as a dad. Yeah. I would absolutely love. And so it frustrates me even more that he's not responding when I had to respond to way less. And so,
yeah, I feel very similar to that.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm a good dad, but I feel like I'm not breaking through for some reason.
Eric, do you have any boys, or do you just have the one daughter?
Just two. I have the 2 daughters.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't have a daughter. I don't know if I could be a dad to a daughter or discipline them.
very
The idea
different.
of that, I think I would just be like, baby, whatever you want.
Right. It is different.
I want to say girls are easier at raising them at a younger age. Well, no.
They're definitely not cheaper.
No, they're not.
I had an older
Thanks, Eric,
sister,
by
I
the
can
way,
attest
for
to
sharing.
that, so.
I'm trying to think. Okay,
I don't know about easier when it comes to daughters.
When it comes to daughters, I think daughters are problematic early on, and sons are later on. Or am I have
I
that
think you have that
reversed?
backwards. I mean, when daughters are in high school and start, when they go through puberty and
Dating.
all that stuff, dating. Oh,
Well,
That's
that's not them though. That's just dating. Dating.
Yeah.
You're not really worried about the daughter. You're worried about the boyfriend.
Yeah, that's right. Hey,
That's
well,
right.
what's your name?
It's your favorite devil dog, Mo.
Hey,
How are you today?
I'm all right. What's going on with your brother?
Hey, so I got a question for each of your guest hosts. Steve, I bought 5 cars from you now.
oh, well, thank you. Appreciate that.
I went from a Camaro to an Equinox. I took it in about 2 months ago, and I was late on the oil change. Shout out to that girl, Lisa, the woman,
Sure.
Lisa. She's
Lisa's-
always
yep.
just... She pats me on my butt because she knows I carry my cig in my butt pocket.
That sounds like Lisa.
They couldn't do the free oil change, and they had owed me one from a Camaro, and they wouldn't do the free oil change on it. They said it was out of date by like a month or so. But I had this stripe on the windshield from where the sticker was, and I cannot get it off.
A stripe on the windshield.
And they're
from
like,
which
"Oh, you'll
sticker?
have to pay to have it detailed."
A stripe
It's
from
the
which
windshield sticker.
I think he's talking about
It's
like
the
the sticker with the
original
price and
sales
everything.
sticker.
Monroney
Yeah.
label?
Oh, the original sale.
Yes.
Yeah, the Monroney label
it's
from
like
the factory. Yeah.
and it like
interesting.
goes all the way up. I cannot get it off. My shoulders are completely destroyed, so I can't physically take it off.
It's on the other
And
side of the glass.
Yeah, and I was basically told, well, that's a detail problem, blah blah blah, but by the service rep.
And how long since it's been brand new?
Hold on 1 second. I put him on hold to put them on hold and put them on hold. Okay, you got to be real quick because I got to go to break. I'm way behind. Go ahead.
Okay, so
Real quick, how
I
long
just
have you
wanted
had
to-
it? How
if
long have
it-
you had it since new? It's pretty recent.
I bought it in February of last year.
Okay. And that decal, that glue has been on there ever since then, and it just won't come off. No, that's it. That's something.
It will not come off, and it shows up in the sunlight, and it's just annoying as hell.
Okay.
And then my question for Attorney Smith, my ex-wife, my son's mother, owns the house outright. She pays the tax on anything. The house is falling apart, but when she dies, my son is autistic. How can we divvy up because he's going to inherit the house, but he has no way of taking care of himself.
How
Is
old's
that
the
something
son?
I should contact you? He is going to be 23. in
Yeah, we
September.
would need to just set up a special needs trust, the office line 844-PATRICK, and I can take you through a free consultation, walk you guys through all that.
Make sure you call him. I got to let you go. I got to put this caller on hold. I have 2 calls on hold. I'm going to get to you right away. We need to go to break. I am way behind. It's Drew Garabo live. I'm Maurice. He calls me Maurice. Cat named Mo, a.k.a. Maurice. Got Steve Hurley from Stingray Chevrolet. Patrick Smith from The Attorney Patrick Smith Show, Saturdays, 8 to 9 right on this very station, 102.5 The Bone.
You're listening to Drew Garabo live on 102.5 The Bone. Download the free Bone app to listen to us anywhere. Sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. Get your guaranteed offer at markspain.com. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
Fletcher Avenue westbound, that earlier crash around 22nd Street, backing up traffic to Bruce B. Downs, which itself is delayed southbound. 75 North has a nasty crash involving multiple vehicles south of the I-4 junction. Emergency vehicles on the scene as well, with traffic essentially down to one right lane tops. This is going to delay you a lot. Typical delays, 275 North into downtown, westbound I-4 at the 275 interchange. Starting to see a few backups on your Bay Area bridges as well. This is Eric in the Farah and Farah Traffic Center.
Accidents don't happen between the hours of 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. And that's exactly why the team at Farah and Farah is available to take your calls 24/7. If you've got questions, they've got answers. For a Farah fight, day or night, you know who to call. Tampa.
Brandon Honda is having its biggest used car event of the entire year. Hi, I'm Sam Robbie. Right now at Brandon Honda, get certified pre-owned vehicles from $6,900, backed up with a real nationwide lifetime warranty. Get CRVs from $15,000, HRVs $14,000, Accords $12,000, and get certified Civics from an incredible $9,000. We're approving all credit applications, plus make no payments for 90 days. Get all the facts at BrandonHonda.com.
Call 813-527-9308 for more information.
Hi, I'm attorney Fran Hosh. Being involved in a car or motorcycle accident can be stressful. I've dedicated my career to helping accident victims and their loved ones. If you need an attorney you can trust, give me a call today at 866-LAW-FRAN. We will give you a free case evaluation and won't charge you any fees unless you recover money. Give me a call today at 866-LAW-FRAN, 866-LAW-FRAN, or visit me online at lawfran.com. Main office, Palm Harbor.
At Advent Health, we know the heart. We've mapped it, modeled it, repaired it, and rehabbed it. We've screened it, strengthened it, and saved it. We know your heart, and we know there's an unstoppable human spirit at the center of it. Learn more about whole person care and find nationally recognized heart care specialists at floridaheartexperts.com.
The heat is on, and when the heat is on, your AC is on, and when your AC is on, your money is gone. Power companies love it, but Solar Bear says enough is enough. Stop renting your power from the power companies. Go solar now and own your power and get your first 12 months completely free. That's 0 power payments for an entire year. Solar Bear is Florida's local solar expert, not some national chain. With over a decade of experience and thousands of 5-star reviews, they're the name you can trust. Call Solar Bear today or visit solarbear.com and start saving before your next bill shows up.
Your water may not be safe. Forever chemicals that stay in the body for years have been found in drinking water, linked to kidney cancer, testicular cancer, and ulcerative colitis. If you or a loved one was diagnosed, you may be entitled to compensation. Morgan & Morgan is investigating these claims now. There's no cost to get started and no fee unless we win. Call 1-800-555-6666 or visit forthepeople.com/PFAS. Offices Orlando and throughout Florida.
Market volatility isn't slowing down. If you're nearing retirement, now is not the time to wait and see. Every day of uncertainty can put your future at risk. It's time to diversify. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I want you to know you can create certainty, locking in guaranteed income for life. This means predictable, stable cash flow, even in turbulent times. You've worked too hard to leave your retirement to chance. Right now, there are options to receive up to 30% upfront or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. That's up to $30,000 upfront or up to $10,000 per year on $100,000, all guaranteed for retirement income. Don't wait. Call Trajan today at 813-550-1000. That's 813-550-1000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Any examples provided are hypothetical. Annuities are issued with prospectus and sales brochures and should be reviewed carefully before funding as features and benefits vary. DBA in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
One of the things with running is I want to enjoy the run, but I never made it very far because the arches in my feet just killed me. So when I got to the end of my rope and I said I have to do something to get rid of the pain, and a couple people recommended the Good Feet store to me, I loved how I could go in and get a free personalized arch support fitting. They put that time, that work, that effort into helping you find the right arch supports. And you can walk around the store with these in your shoes and try them out before you purchase them. So after I got my arch supports, the arches on my feet stopped hurting and the pain literally instantly went away. So if you have pain, go. Find a good feet store and go. There is an answer. Find the simple solution that will get rid of your pain. I'm Rondi, and that's my Good Feet story.
See how Good Feet arch supports work for you before you buy with a free fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
Visit any of our 5 locations throughout Tampa, St. Petersburg, and Sarasota, and at goodfeet.com.
Mike out there for my friends at Lifeguard Imaging. Believe it or not, Father's Day is right around the corner. And fellas, if you're tired of getting socks, ties, or yet another dozen golf balls, listen up. This year, ask for something that actually matters, the gift of a long, healthy life. Lifeguard Imaging is making that easy with their biggest offer ever for Bone listeners. When you sign up for their legacy program, you get a second membership, perfect for your spouse, a friend, or anyone you care about, for 50% off. Everybody wins with an offer like this. The legacy program gives you early scans that can detect heart disease, cancer, and other silent killers early, giving you time to take action and do something about it. Take the guesswork out of your health. Be proactive versus reactive with what's going on inside your body. Here's a scary stat. In 30% of all heart attacks, the first symptom is sudden death. But it doesn't have to be that way. Lifeguard Imaging uses high-accuracy CT scans to spot trouble before it starts or it's too late. This deal ends Father's Day, so don't wait. Go to lifeguardimaging.com and sign up today. It could save your life or someone you love. Lifeguard Imaging, saving lives through early detection.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime. We're not here to be the biggest. We're here to bring you something we believe is better. Our plans start at just $20. You'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Experience the summer of music with Neutral and 102.5 The Bone. You could win tickets to some of the biggest shows of the year, including Thomas Rhett, The Weeknd, Jason Aldean, or you could win one of dozens of Neutral prizes like coolers and hats. Neutral. Keep it tasty. Just visit any participating Circle K location in Florida and scan the QR code on the Neutral Summer of Music poster to enter.
Involved in a car accident? We understand the pressure you're under. Call Farah and Farah, Tampa.
Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
Sun, Toyota.com. I'm Fox 13 Chief Meteorologist Paul Delgado. Mainly dry weather next couple of days. Partly cloudy, steamy tonight. 78, partly cloudy skies on Friday, a bit hazy, some Saharan dust around, maybe a pop-up shower or storm, and high temperatures in the low 90s.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio, sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Now, back to Drew Garabo Live.
We are back. Don't forget your bonus keyword. It's coming up at the top of the hour. Your chance to win 1,000 smackers. Will not forget. I promise you that. I am joined with, this is Drew Garabo Live. By the way, Drew Garabo out chasing his new passion. Not new passion, but appreciating the fact that he will indulge his new passion of traveling to see concerts. And he is out to see a couple of shows, and good on him because, You never regret the concert you saw. I'll tell you that. Steve Hurley and Stingray Chevrolet. By the way, Steve, the guy asked you about the sticker decal situation.
You just need to go see Mike Engel, and Mike Engel will take care of it.
Okay. Did you hear that? I forget what his name was, but Mike Engel, who was at the...
That's who I was going to recommend, but he moved so quickly, and I think it's because he knew we were short on time. But at the same time, Mike actually texted me.
Yeah.
At the same time I was going to recommend he's the guy to talk to.
Listen, the time to talk to Mike is while I don't have 83.
Yeah, exactly.
Because once I have 83, Mike is mine. But there you go. Mike Engel, contact him down at Service, correct?
Yeah, Service for Mike Engel,
and he'll take care
Service
of you.
Manager.
The attorney Patrick Smith in here.
Yes, sir.
With me as well. Always appreciate you. And you told the person that if you have an autistic child that will become what's the proper term?
So the primary concern was an adult child having a place to live, and how do you structure the real estate since they may not be able to own it in their individual names because of the special needs or because of the fact that they're on some sort of disability or state aid or assistance. So you would set up a special needs trust to hold the home for them and any other financials under a supplemental needs provision. So it's easier than it sounds. I realize that's super boring and not nearly as sexy as all the car talk.
Now listen, sometimes you just need the facts. And I had 2 calls. One was Fritz, and Fritz hung up. So that you did well, sir.
Yeah,
Adam, go ahead.
Hey guys, so I have 3 kids, but one's 13, he's a boy, and then my daughter's 11. But it's so funny how they're close in age, but they're so different. Like my son, I don't do it on purpose, but I definitely discipline them differently. Where it's like my daughter, she's the one that I can go ahead and leave in the woods and she'll find her way home. Where my son is like, no, he's so smart. They both get straight A's. You know what I mean? It's funny. But they're totally different people. Like they had a school budget. They're like, name 3 things that you could survive on an island with. And my daughter came up with the usual stuff that you would want. My son's number 1 thing was sunscreen. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Well, listen, I got to be honest with you. He ain't wrong. He's got sensitive skin. Thanks.
It's just the way he thinks. It's funny though, but it's like with him, I'm like we live in a townhome, so he don't have to mow the lawn like what you were talking about earlier. Right. But at the same time, I'm like, dude, take out the trash or do simple chores where it's like
so important.
He argues. He's like, ugh. I'm like, dude, just get off your butt and do it. And then my daughter, I'll have her do the same, like a different chore. And then, like, if she gives me attitude, I'm like, all right, I'll do it for you. I don't mean to do it that way. You know what I mean? But it's just one of those things where it's like, So I just wanted to call and put my 2 cents in. That's all.
Thank you. Have a good. That's what we're here for. Your 2 cents. Sometimes you can give us a dime's worth.
He's right though. Every kid's different.
I'm glad, but I'm glad I'm not the only. And I never thought I was an anomaly in dealing with an unresponsive teenager, or a hard-headed teenager, or a lackadaisical or unmotivated teenager. But it's good to hear other stories. Hey, go ahead, caller on Drew Garabo Live.
Hey, this is Ray, and lately I've been starting to feel like a failure as a father. I know. Personally, this is something, Mo, I think you could relate with because my son started liking.
I can't relate to being a failure as a father.
Too long. It was too long of a setup. Get to the punchline.
Yeah.
6 words in, Ray. 6 words in.
Ray, as a former professional stand-up comedian, you danced around a bitch too long. At some point, the girl's going to go, I got to get out of here. Go ahead, caller.
Good evening, fellas.
Hey, Riv, what's up?
Hey, guys. Hey, speaking of raising kids and girls, I have a boy and a girl that I raised on my own as a single father from 3 and 5. And I'll tell you what, love my daughter to death, love my son to death, but I would rather raise 3 boys to 1 girl. It's tough.
Why?
It's tough.
Unpack that.
Why? Well, here's the deal, because we're always looking at it from a man's point of view of everything, and women usually have a different way of reacting with them and relating to them. So, I found that I did my best and just did tough love on both of them, and both of them are professionals out in the world right now. So, there were some tough times, trust me. My daughter was in my face. She was going to take my truck, and she was going to do this when she turned 18, and oh boy.
And thank you, Riv, for the call. Let me expound upon why it might be easier to raise a boy than a girl. You don't have any guilt about putting a boy up against the wall. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, there's what we call an acceptable double standard there.
If you have to.
It is. It's just like the other caller said. Your daughter melts your heart, when orders. It's just different with a son.
Right, absolutely. Hey, caller, go ahead. You're on Drew Garabo Live.
Yo, what's up, Mo? It's Big Nose Billy.
Hey, what's going on, Big Nose Billy?
I just wanted to get your opinion because you're a music buff. What do you think of that new Morgan Wallen album? Because I love it.
I haven't heard it. I country music. When I come across something I like, I mark it down and I like it. But it's not at the top of my list of music that I come across.
He uses hip hop beats and turns it into country music.
Yeah, but hip hop is not on my list either. I'm a rock guy, dude. I'm a rock, and not even mainstream rock. Thanks, Big Nose Billy.
Thank you, brother.
Hold on. What I've heard of Morgan Wallen, I thought it was fine. So
thank you, brother. I'm happy to hear you today, man.
All right, appreciate that. Happy.
That ruins my birthday gift for you. I was taking you to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, for the Morgan Wallen concert. I guess you don't want to go now. All right.
No, I can hear Kevin right now saying you're losing your card. In your comment about the hip hop.
You'll never get me voluntarily in Alabama. Go ahead, caller. What's up? Whoa! Turn it down. Where you at?
Hey, Mo.
Hey.
Are we talking about me?
Yes.
Do I need to turn it down?
Nope, because I'm gonna hang up on you. Now you can play it as loud as you want. You see how that works?
Acting like a first time.
Go ahead, caller.
My son started liking Green Day. I'm a failure as a father.
Yes, you are.
There you go. He got to the point, though. Well done.
I believe I owe Jacob 2 times because it was around this hour. It was a little earlier, but around the same time. I don't know if either of you heard there was Jacob's Jukebox as it is every Wednesday, and Drew he created this little rock challenge between Jacob and myself. Swept him in the first round. Swept him. At one point, I think I had a 20-something point lead, and I'll be damned if that joker didn't come back from behind and beat me by 1 point.
He's the real deal, man.
Yeah, he knows his music.
Point. I will give the caller. I have Cage the Elephant tickets to give away. I will give a caller those Cage the Elephant tickets if you can tell me what 2 songs it was that I said I should have gotten both. I knew both of those, and I hesitated to call them out. There were 2 songs. If you can tell me what those 2 songs were, that's all you got to do. I'll give you the Cage the Elephant tickets. Hold on. All right, hold on. Put you on hold. You on hold. We're going to have to go to break soon.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Can they swap them out? Is it Cage the Elephant alone, or can they do Metallica? Can they pick their tickets?
Yeah, if they find somebody that's got Metallica tickets that likes Cage the Elephant better, you can do any side deal you want, Patrick. I got Cage the Elephant ducats, and that's what you're going to get.
We're operating within constraints here, man.
You're going to get Cage the Elephant tickets for me. Hey, what's your name?
Hey, it's DC. What's up, fellas?
Hey, DC, what's going on? DC, you got to be quick. Because I got to get to the bone.
I'll be real quick. Listen. I had 3 sons. I wanted a daddy's little girl so bad, and I had 3 sons. And I said, "Well, that's it. That's all I'm having." And then my sons became teenagers, and I saw all the girls that came around, and I went, "There's no way I could have been a father to a daughter." Not growing up in the 90s and early 2000s. I said, "There is no way I would have." And unfortunately, and I know this, I would have been so strict, she would have wound up on a pole so fast. Because I said, there is no way. So I was blessed with 3 sons. They're amazing. I have a granddaughter. Everything's great. But, man, I can't imagine being the father to a daughter. Mo, good on you, my friend. Good on you. I love y'all. Stay live.
And if you're going to make a great call, always in when you say my daughter would have ended up on the pole.
You're listening to Drew Garabo live on 102.5 The Bone. The Bone Bonus is back. The Bone is giving you $1,000 5 times a day, every weekday. Just listen for the Bone Bonus keyword at 8, 10, noon, 2, and 5. Head over to the free 102.5 The Bone app and enter the keyword for your chance to win $1,000. It's the Bone Bonus. Presented to you by Farah and Farah, Tampa's accident attorneys. FarahandFarah.com. The Bone Bonus is back. 102.5 The Bone. Real, raw radio. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
Multi-vehicle crash northbound I-75 south of I-4. 3 left lanes blocked. Emergency vehicles on the scene. Your GPS likely reads delay over an hour. That's probably accurate. Crawling traffic back beyond Broadway Avenue. Like a magnet, 75 has another crash. This is southbound, also approaching I-4. 3 left lanes also blocked here. Crew on the scene. Stop-and-go traffic beyond Fowler. Fletcher Avenue still has that crash westbound at 22nd Street, 275 South, dealing with an incident backing you up to I-4. Thankfully, no massive disruptions in Pinellas. Northbound and southbound US 19, minor backup due to an earlier crash between Harn Boulevard and Bel Air Road. This is Eric at the Farah and Farah Traffic Center.
Universal Roof and Contracting will offer you a complimentary roof inspection. Just go to universalroof.com if you want to learn more. And then if you have work that needs to be done, whether it's a re-roof or a repair, they'll give you a 15% discount simply for mentioning Drew Garabo Live. That's universalroof.com. They've been in business for over 30 years. They're veteran-owned. I've used them. You can trust them. It'll be a great experience for you. universalroof.com for Universal Roof and Contracting.
Ready to step into a healthy and active lifestyle? Come to the Good Feet store and experience the difference. Discover how a simple step can lead to a life of pain-free possibilities.
2001 Odyssey is Tampa's #1 nude club on Florida's West Coast with over 300 of the hottest exotic dancers. 2001 Odyssey has been voted the #1 nude club by Best of the Bay. Check out the world-famous 2001 spaceship and encounter the wildest dancing in Tampa Bay. The after party happens every night. Full liquor next door. 2001 Odyssey, 275 in Raymond James Stadium on Dale Mabry, better known as The Strip.
Renewal by Anderson of Tampa, Sarasota has an unbelievable 30-year anniversary sale. You buy one, you get one 30% off for replacement windows and patio doors. They are affordable, they are thorough, they are efficient and polite. You will love the work they do for you in beautifying your home. Renewal by Anderson, bestwindowsflorida.com. License number CGC 1527613.
Life is busy. Luckily, Racetrack's here to keep you on track every day.
Running around and the time makes you nervous. Are you still a mom or just a taxi service?
With ice-cold drinks, hot pizza, freshly ground coffee, and even Swirl World frozen yogurt for the kids.
The schedule is packed with things that they have to do. But with so much to choose from, you'll find something for you.
Racetrack is here to keep you going.
Racetrack's gonna get you.
Racetrack, whatever gets you going.
Green flag of Michigan International Speedway.
It's madness in Motor City as NASCAR Prime heads to Michigan International Speedway. 200 miles per hour feels even faster than it sounds. These white-knuckle, 3-wide thrills bring us one of the fastest tracks in the Cup Series. So strap in and stream Michigan Sunday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. NASCAR, it's on Prime.
Now is the time to check your homeowner's insurance and ensure that you're covered before the next storm hits. Italiano Insurance can help give you that peace of mind. Even if your mortgage company doesn't require flood insurance, your home could still be at risk for flood. And now is the time to make sure your family is fully protected. Call 813-877-7799 or visit ItalianoInsurance.com today. Italiano Insurance, serving our community for over 60 years.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This is Greg Trzynski of the Original Mattress Factory. People often ask me why our mattresses last so long. The answer is simple. We build them right. Not only are OMF mattresses durable, they give you peace of mind from day one. When you invest in a mattress from OMF, you're investing in better sleep tonight and smart savings for years to come. No more frequent replacements, no more wasted time shopping. To learn more about the true value of durability, visit originalmattress.com and read our latest blog on getting the most from your mattress investment.
The heat is on, and when the heat is on, your AC is on. And when the AC is on, your money is gone. But Solar Bear has a better way to cool down your bills. Go solar now and get 12 months with 0 power payments. That's a full year of energy on the house, literally and figuratively. Solar Bear is Florida's trusted solar company, locally owned, going 10 years strong, and backed by thousands of 5-star reviews. Stop letting the power company cash in on your summer, and more importantly, stop renting your power from the power companies. Call Solar Bear or visit solarbear.com and own your power before prices rise again.
When you hire Bernetti PA for your injury case, we make the process easy for you to monitor. We provide you our app so that you can monitor your case at any time. Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Lakeland, Tampa, St. Pete.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code MEGA to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code MEGA for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code MEGA for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate's the easiest way to sell your home. You can save time, make the most money, and eliminate the hassle this summer. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our offers are the strongest in the industry. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home and skip the hassle of constant cleaning and costly repairs. There's no showings, no open houses, and no stress. Our guaranteed offer keeps you in control. One of our clients, Ryan, said, Mark Spain Real Estate exceeded our expectations by helping us achieve significantly over our asking price. We received much more than we ever anticipated, and we cannot recommend Mark Spain Real Estate enough. I've served homeowners like you for nearly 30 years and have helped over 67,000 satisfied clients. And I know what matters most, a quick sale and maximum profit. Trust the top real estate team in the U.S. and close with confidence. Find out what your guaranteed offer would be. There's no obligation. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Every success you've had began with a great opportunity. Now there's another one. Last aid year, University of Maryland Global Campus awarded over $21 million in scholarships to qualified students, including community college students, service members, veterans, and working adults. Now is the time to move your career forward with an online and accredited skills-based education. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
Car accident? Take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. Unique opinions, compelling conversation, and the best in afternoon entertainment. Now, the conversation continues on Drew Garabo Live.
You are listening to Drew Garabo Live. Bonus keyword coming up in a minute, but I'm not going to stop this before Moon kicks in. Gotta let Pete get the licks in, too. I forget the name of the bassist for the Who. It was Moon, Townsend, Daltrey. I should know. I know it, but I can't remember it. But it's not important. What's more important is this right here. Where you at? Come on. You can be louder than that. You got to be louder than that. Let's try it again.
Here we go, Bone fam. The Bone Bonus. Presented to you by Farrah and Farrah, Tampa's accident attorneys. FarrahandFarrah.com. This hour's Bone Bonus keyword is
super. The Bone Bonus keyword is super. I will use it in a sentence. The original Superman with Christopher Reeves still remains the best comic book movie ever made.
May I?
Sure.
John Entwistle was a super bassist for The Who.
There you go. Entwistle. What a super complicated name to remember. If you get a call that you don't recognize in the next 15, 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes, I don't know how long it takes to do this thing. I'm not qualified. I can't sign up for it. So I don't know. Make sure you answer. It might be worth $1,000 for you, or as Dizzy would call it, a grip. It might be worth a grip
At
for
least
you.
people stopped calling in with the word. Remember that fiasco? Goodness gracious.
Yes, I do. Hey, you're on Drew Garabo Live. What's up?
Hi. I was just calling about the Cage the Elephant tickets.
Okay. Go ahead.
I think I know what songs you're talking about.
Okay. I did a rock battle on Jacob's Jukebox yesterday, first segment. Swept the first round, had a 20-point lead at one point, and Jacob came back to steal a victory with a 1-point lead. And there were two songs. One I knew, but I was like, I paused to think about it. And then the second one, I knew that I could get it, but I said, no, let me wait. And that was just it. What were those two songs?
I was thinking Paralyzer, Finger 11.
Bye.
Yeah.
Hey, Drew Garabo Live. Go ahead. Although I did not know Paralyzer. I knew the song, but I would have never got that band name. Jacob did get that one. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead.
Hey, is that me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, it was When I Come Around by Green Day. And November Rain.
Boom! Somebody going to Cage the Elephant. Absolutely. As soon as he hit that, boom, that's November Rain. That's unmistakably November Rain.
How did you not know November Rain?
I know I did.
You just
but I was trying to play conservatively. I didn't want to lose a point. Whereas exactly,
well, you could lose points.
You lose points.
Yeah.
Yes, but I just needed a half a second to really think about it.
Not to lose,
even though I didn't, because as soon as I heard it, I said November Rain.
Do you remember the other song you missed as well?
Yeah, I just told you won, dummy. It was Green Day when I come around, but I kind of knew that I would have had to. I should have said Mo, and then I would have been when I come around, because I knew
they
Green
give you
Day.
a second.
They're
generous judges.
Listen. Jacob, this is not to take anything away from Jacob's victory. He played a hell of a game, clearly. But I know my strategy of not wanting to lose a point is foolhardy, because better to lose a point than to let somebody gain 5, maybe even 10 points.
Well, especially with that kind of lead, man.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yes. All right, you're going. Hold on 1 second.
Appreciate you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Mo.
Wait, I'm going to put you on hold.
Yeah, don't hang up.
You're going to have to hold until I get out of the break so I can get your information. Can you do that?
I can do that for you. My name is Nino, by the way. Thank you.
Well, give me your name, Nino.
Nino, yeah, Nino.
What's your last name, Nino?
Montanez. Montanez.
And go ahead with your Social Security number.
I need your Social Security number. All right, hold on, Nino. Hold on. Put Nino on hold. All right. So anyhow, I've been trying. Hold on, I got called. Hey, go ahead. What's up? Drew Garabo Live. Hello. And you're gone. I don't want to hang up on Montanez. He's on 2. Go ahead, caller. Hey. I got the phones up.
I think the issue is, I think they were having an issue with if you have a call on hold, you can't take another call.
No, you can't.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
They fixed it?
941, you there?
Hello?
Hey, there you go. Yes.
Hey, how's it going, y'all?
You tell me. You called us.
Hey, I was calling in to let you guys. My wife gets mad at me. I was talking about the children thing. I treat my sons differently than my little girl. My little girl can definitely get away with murder. But now my sons, it's a straight line. So he gets mad at me all the time.
I listen. I understand that, and thank you for the call, by the way. Not saying you're doing anything bad. I wonder what the conventional wisdom is of letting a girl get away with murder. I wonder, do you do her a disservice when she gets older and expects things based solely upon the fact that she is a girl? That could turn into very problematic
There's
behavior
a point in time
and
where you've got to be firm because it's for their safety and doing the right thing.
Right.
So there's certain scenarios and situations where you have got to be very, very firm with a daughter, particularly because they put themselves in positions at that age that they don't realize that that's not that safe, like sneaking out in the middle of the night. And we dealt with a few things like that, and it just every kid is different. And with Caitlin, she works at the dealership now, and but it was like deny. That was her.
Right.
Whereas Matt, he would just kind of like. He knew how to work. He had street smarts. He's like, I didn't do that. No, not very long. I mean, well, it wasn't all that bad. Well, no, I didn't. And then pretty soon he'd have me and his mom just kind of cracking up.
Called equivocating and
he
pivoting.
Just knew, he knew how to pivot. He knew how to work. I mean, he just always had that street smart. And his daughter, she would deny having snuck out. And it's like, the deputy is standing right behind you that brought you home right now.
This is you on the footage.
Right. You can't deny that.
How are you doing?
Now they'd say it's AI. That's AI. That's not even
well, yeah. I mean, I suppose that you could. You could, say that's absolutely what that was. Drew Garabo Live, go ahead.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey.
Yeah, man, I have a daughter. Thank God she's in her late 30s now, but man, when she was young, oh my God, you got the hound dogs come sniffing around, even your next door neighbor, man.
Listen, don't listen, Fred. Don't act like you weren't a hound dog at some point too. They call, what they call that? They call that karma. Go ahead, caller, you on Drew Garabo Live.
Hey, Mo, good afternoon. Just clarifying on Eminence Front. That is Kenny Jones of the Faces playing drums. Keith Moon was dead and gone by then.
You know what? I thank you for that. Thank you for that. He was. Who was that? Who was the drummer?
Kenny Jones from the Faces.
Kenny Jones from the Faces.
I would remember that.
Yeah,
Wow.
Listen, I didn't know. I knew that he had died. I knew, but I probably. Yeah, I would have known that he died and they released albums afterwards, but I wouldn't have known that he was not on that track. I appreciate that, my friend. Always in for the rock.
You remember who Kenny Jones' good friend was, right?
Who?
John Entwistle. Very good.
Go ahead, caller. What's up?
Hey, this is Corey.
Hey, Corey. What's up, Corey?
Hey, I was just listening to y'all talk about unruly children and whatnot. Just was wondering what y'all thought about the two big man babies that are running our country, Elon and Trump, bickering like they are right now.
Hey, thank you for that lead in. All right, so this is crazy. And listen, Drew doesn't talk about politics. I don't talk about politics. I don't like to engage in futile pursuits. But so this is about a breakup. This is absolutely this is the most amazing thing that I think we are all witnessing in real time. And what's amazing to me, and what I'm talking about is this Donald J. Trump, Elon Musk feud that's escalating in full public view that for me and I think a lot of people, seemingly came out of nowhere. Completely out of, because if I'm not mistaken, 3 days ago, maybe 4. They had said that Elon was officially done as far as he could go with the
Doge.
The Doge cuts and everything. And Elon had, I believe, maybe supported what they're calling the big beautiful bill. By the way, can I just put this out there?
Here we go.
Don't treat us like we're morons by just saying, hey, if we put the word beautiful in, they're going to think that it's beautiful, the big beautiful bill. And now there may be some people that go, oh, well, I haven't read it, but it's called the big beautiful bill, so it has to be beautiful in every respect. We're not all.
It's called the Patriot Act.
Yeah,
it's got to be good.
It's got to be patriotic.
There can't be anything bad in there, right?
The big beautiful. But just call it the big bill, the single bill or whatever. But don't.
Why don't we just call it Bill number 5?
Yeah, Bill number 5. Anyway, so he comes out. Elon, I guess, days later, comes out completely against the big, unquote, beautiful bill.
Sure.
And I'm like, well, that's interesting. And he's talking about how it's going to undo all of the Doge cuts, which they haven't codified yet or anything like that. And I'm like, well, and Donald Trump didn't really say anything. He didn't really respond or anything. So the next day goes past, and then he's like, Elon is like, all of you congressmen that voted for this disaster of a bill, and I'm paraphrasing here, but not all that much, we'll make sure that we whatever come midterms, we'll make sure none of you get rehired in midterm.
Yeah.
I mean, he went further and further and further to the point where Donald Trump had to, at that point, respond. And he did a press conference, I think, today, and it was kind of measured. It was kind of like, well, because Speaker Mike Johnson was like, I don't, he was being asked yesterday, what's going on with Elon? He's like, well, I don't know. I'm surprised. I think Elon has it wrong. I reached out and tried to call him, but he did not answer. And so
you reached out and tried to. Hey, Elon,
I know.
I was just wondering.
We were having, but that's what I'm saying.
Anyway,
this is a classic breakup
it's
story.
45 and 47.
Yeah. We were having so much fun. I don't understand why you're not returning my text.
You probably just didn't get my other messages. So
yeah. Well, anyway, if you have time, I got a question for you.
I'll keep my phone on.
So I'm like, I actually went to bed thinking that it was done. That was the apex. So I'm going to read you a few of the online, tweets or X, or whatever he calls it, because it's not Twitter anymore. This is Elon Musk. Without me, Trump would have – well, anyway, let me restate this. So Trump said, hey, I don't know what's going on with Elon, but, I feel like maybe, he feels bad because he's left at the White House. He's not surrounded by all of this. And I'm like, man, he's the richest man in the world. He can find opulence if he wants, but whatever. But here, Elon Musk said, without me, Trump would have lost the election. Dems would control the House and the Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate. Then the response beneath that is such ingratitude. DJT. Elon was, in quotes, not mine, his, wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew for months I was going to do, in parentheses, and he just went all caps crazy. And this is the one right here. This is where DJT go. This is the veiled threat right here. The easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it. And by the way, if you were wondering what I heard on some shows are like, well, I don't know what, why Elon would be interested in, doing the cuts and getting away from, because governmental agencies that were investigating SpaceX, et cetera, those are some of the first to get gutted. And then contracts were allowed to go in. Always follow the money, as Carmen would say. I'm paraphrasing. I'm quoting Carmen. I don't know that she came up with it, but follow the money. It's a lot of this is very easy to figure out if you just put a little.
Should we do a reimagination of the actual Fallout conversation? I'll play the role of Donald Trump. You play Elon, the disgruntled South African businessman.
Hold on, let me because Gio was now. This was so that was DJT's. For
Shot
me,
across the bow.
That the easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies. So how does Elon Musk respond? Time to drop the really big bomb. At real, Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT.
Is it possible they're trolling? Is it possible?
Hell no. That's somebody asked
rich.
me. No, but think about this. When,
a lot of free time.
When Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, I had a conversation with a friend of mine who was like, "Oh, that was all staged," and I had to go. To what end?
I don't think that was staged.
Well, it wasn't. It was like, what is the upside of either of them to stage something like that? I understand trolling. There has to be an upside to the troll, and you're certainly not. At the precipice of getting an Oscar.
And about to lose your Oscar
you're going to lose, but to get it, something you've worked your entire career for, you're not going to go, hey, this is the time to troll somebody. That's
Even Jazzy Jeff was like, bad idea, man.
Bad idea. So, no. Now, I can't tell you why Elon flipped. Now, they always say sometimes
there's more to. I tell you, there's more to this story.
But sometimes
they're not trolling.
Listen, they're not trolling. You may. This is what I would say. Sometimes it is what it is. It could be that Elon did all of this work and he doesn't want to feel to be made hypocritical by supporting a bill that he feels
he stands to gain some
is bad
by having a fallout with Trump, and I don't know that this isn't somewhat orchestrated or planned. I'm not saying even if it's not
like
trolling.
in what
to rally the Tesla stock.
Exactly. Well,
he definitely
market control.
Look at what's
wants that
happened
EV
to the
mandate. He definitely wants that.
His following in general has changed so much since he has been a supporter of Trump.
But what does he need from Trump? He's the richest man on the planet.
He needs distance from him, is what he's saying.
Okay,
but I just think there's more to this.
Well,
obviously, and I also don't accept
what's on the surface.
I don't accept the dichotomy. There could be fallout and trolling both going on simultaneously.
You listen, you're not wrong. It could be just a clash of massive egos.
Yeah,
egos. That's clearly going on.
Hey, caller, go ahead. Yep. What's up?
Yeah, Steve, you hit it right.
Okay. Anyway, but I have.
Was he crashing his car at that moment?
I don't know.
It sounded like it, didn't it?
Go ahead. Hey,
hello,
Drew Garabo Live.
Hey, this is Clark calling in again about SpaceX and Elon. I was listening to you guys. I'm losing my crap over here. What happened after Trump mentioned cutting the subsidies off to Elon?
Right.
Elon went through and said that he was going to privatize and decommission the Dragon capsules. That's what gets astronauts from NASA to the International Space Station. He wants to privatize space now because of this.
So your contention is that because, and I know, can you take us off speaker? If you have us on speaker, it's a horrible connection. Because I know
I don't.
Okay.
I'm just in a bad spot.
I know that Trump nixed Elon's suggestion for the head of NASA. So you're saying that that's why Elon is upset because Trump is getting in the way of Elon privatizing space?
So here's my actual thought on the whole thing. I think that Trump pulled Elon in with a bunch of lies like he's done to a lot of people. And what I think has happened is as soon as Elon left, after he cut the budget in the ways that Trump wanted him to, as soon as he left, he dropped this big budget bill out of the blue. And Elon's pissed off about it because this is the exact opposite that they've been working for in the past 5 months. Now, Elon's went on the attack by dropping all this stuff on X about it. And now Trump is saying that they're going to cut all these ties to the EV subsidies and to his governmental subsidies, which is all his space stuff. So if he does that, Elon's saying, okay, go ahead. Try to get your astronauts to the space station then. Good luck.
Good. Thank you for that perspective. This is nuts. I don't understand how two grown men are airing this in public.
That's what's such a surprise. In a way it is, in a way it's not.
But, well, you know what I say too? I would say once politicians started, and then this is about social media. Again, we're going to keep the politics out of this. This is about a breakup. This is about once politicians started airing policy or declaring policy on social media as opposed to on television in front of the media, like it used to be. I think that legitimized social media in a way where it necessarily shouldn't, and you feel comfortable but you're not really having a conversation. It's not, social media is not a conversation.
Well, like it or
if you
not.
drop something and then the other person just drops something and then the other, if there's no interaction, I don't know that we can necessarily call that a conversation.
Sure.
Having studied political science for a long time, I'll tell you right now, Donald Trump, his legacy, whether he likes it or not, 60 years from now, what he will be remembered for is having changed the face of the presidency by use of the social media.
Right.
Good or bad.
Right.
They won't remember anything else. They will remember the president that was the pivot point that took the presidency to social media was Donald J. Trump. And that's going to be his legacy. And I think he's fighting against that now. I think he wants something other than that. But there's not going to be anything else. Nothing else is going to have staying power. Anything else he puts in place will be undone in 3.5 years by some new president or new Congress in midterms. It's all going to wash
unless
away.
It's codified, right?
Yeah, but they can always change
it.
That's true. The one thing they can't change is the fact that he took the presidency to the people through social media.
Right.
He was the first to really do that with any massive success, and that is his legacy.
Right, but now, but in many instances, it's worked in the reverse. I don't know if, unfortunately, I mean, I have no dog in the race. Who should he have responded to Elon on social media?
I think to stay in character, yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
but as a president, just giving a president advice, don't do that.
But hold on. Let's talk about this, not in terms of politics, but in terms of breakup. If your girlfriend, your wife, if you break up with, say it's a girlfriend, say it's your wife,
okay,
you have a breakup, and she says something on social media.
Do not engage.
There you go. Thank you.
Do not negotiate with terrorists.
Because the moment that you respond, and then she responds, now everybody is laser focused on that, and now you're airing your dirty laundry out in front of it. The only thing you can do if she says, well, he did this and he did that, the only thing you can do to kind of mitigate any kind of damage is not to respond.
So imagine like a fan forum where fans can go on and put out negative criticism about an on-air personality. Imagine if the on-air personality went on the forum and engaged with the fan. All you're doing is inflaming that. You need to put it on extinction. Ignore it. Don't engage.
Now conversely, maybe you don't have that luxury if you're the president of the United States.
Sure you do. You can issue a statement that doesn't address
you're right.
it.
So you can have a press conference. You can issue a statement. You cannot go back at him personally.
Right. You don't engage at that level. You elevate the discourse because you're the president of the United States.
Right. That is. I mean, everybody talks about FU money. Obviously, if anybody's got FU money, it's Elon. I don't know it. Man, this is a guy that.
That's kind of the mindset of billionaires. They're going to say and do what they want.
It's legacy at that point. How will I be remembered?
Right.
That's all that matters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you know what? I don't even think there's anything as such as legacy anymore. I mean, I'll give you a perfect example. Until people put politics in everything, look at what Bruce Springsteen's legacy was. And it will in part largely remain, but there are people that don't have a fraction of a tenth of an iota of the talent and the impact that a Springsteen has had on the world writ large, and that feel very comfortable calling him trash and denigrating his entire catalog.
I just want you to know, David Bowie's very disappointed in you. Legacy.
I laugh when people talk about Bowie. Hey, caller, go ahead.
Hi, Mo.
Hey.
It's Carmen.
Hey, Carmen.
Hi.
Hey.
I have to disagree with, was it Patrick Smith who just said his legacy was going to be that he communicated through social media?
Yes.
Go ahead. We like good disagreement around here.
Yes.
I'm all ears.
Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure his legacy is going to be a lot more than that. Like, first convicted felon to be president.
All right, hold on, Carmen. You're getting into where I don't want to go in. I understand your point, and thank you for that. I'm just talking. I'm trying to keep politics out of this. We really don't do politics.
He wasn't the first convicted felon, by the way.
And
all the founding fathers committed treason technically against the crown.
Yeah, there you go. So we don't want to get into that arena. I'm really just talking about the politics of a breakup, if you will. And how
good
it's
PR, how to properly handle a breakup.
Yeah. And this is, can it get worse if after you say, hey, I'm going to pull all of your subsidies, and you go, well, you're on the Epstein list. I mean, have you thrown out your heavy payloads, or is there more to be said here?
Was that a mystery that he was on the Epstein list? I thought that was sort of.
No, he's saying
he was known to.
He's been on the flight
plane.
logs, right?
Right. Flight, but he's saying is that there is more. He's saying he's in the Epstein files, and that's not why it's been released. Now, you can be on a plane list.
Yeah, he's got to be careful.
You can
with
be,
that.
but
that could be defamatory.
But that's what I'm saying. You can be on the list of somebody that was on an Epstein flight, but if you're within the files where somebody has mentioned you, where a victim has said, well, I had contact with, that's when he says is in the when he's very specific. Yeah. He doesn't say he was on the flight logs. He says he was in the Epstein files.
You know who all this makes me feel bad for? The guys out there are still named Jeff Epstein, just trying to live their life. I'm going to Starbucks and they say, "What's your name, Jeff?" Oh, that's a really common name. Have your last name. Epstein.
You got to change that. Now I know you. I don't know if you could talk. You're happy. You don't want that. That EV mandate's not good for the auto industry writ large. Correct?
Well, the recent bill, I think it was called the CARS Act or the CARS bill that was approved, that could impact Musk by quite a bit because it was not a tenable situation. It could not happen to where every 2026 model would be, I think it was 33 or 35% had to be EV sales. Even in California, that'd be more than a 50% increase. It wouldn't work for GM. It wouldn't work for Ford. I mean, obviously Tesla's different because that's all they build is EVs, but that's something that was going to not work at all. And there were several states that had adopted the California Air Research Board requirements, and like 17 other states were considering it, and it just was never going to happen. We've been trying to communicate that, with GM for quite a long time. We knew it, but obviously they were operating under what the current law was.
I understood that Elon had sort of brokered a deal with the automotive lobbyist by basically saying, look, I'll share my IP and my tech and make it public, and we can all just sort of agree to get along and make room for the space. And Elon famously made that statement about when you're bailing water from a boat, you don't want to be the only one hogging the buckets.
Yeah.
And I think that I wonder if that sort of fresh relationship and that peace accord between Elon and the automotive industry, or the automotive lobbyist specifically, is starting to wear off.
Could be, and it just never was going to work. There were so many. Most people realize that it just didn't make sense. It just does not make sense to try to fit the requirements of CARB, because that was much, much more stringent than the CAFE regulations, which were also more difficult. It just wasn't ever going to happen.
Well, and when you're talking about powerful lobbyists, the automotive lobby, and then you get into big oil lobby, you're going up against some forces that not even a billionaire can take down.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. We will be back, and I'm going to tell you somebody else you can't go up against.
Who's that?
Hot dogs at Adventure Island. Big wiener. You can't be in the back pocket.
What a segue, buddy. What a segue.
All right, then.
Yeah, I'm just saying, come on, man.
You want to
$14 for a hot dog? How you trying to play a brother?
You're listening to Drew Garabo live on 102.5 The Bone. Tell us what you think. Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic. The Open Mic on the free 102.5 The Bone app is sponsored by 1-800-ASK-GARY. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
Those two crashes in Hillsborough, northbound and southbound 75, still there. Northbound traffic has 3 left lanes blocked before I-4. Back now to Brandon Boulevard, over an hour there. Southbound crash also before I-4. 2 left lanes blocked. That's about an hour. Now back to Fletcher. You may see some increased delays on 301 and 41. Not a surprise. Northbound Veterans Expressway has a wreck to compound the increasing delay there. This is approaching the Dale Mabry turnoff. Back to to Hutchison at the moment. Left lane blockage in Pinellas, US 19 South, frontage road at Druid Road, earlier crash, and southbound 66th Street and 51st Avenue, or at 51st Avenue. That has a crash with the left lane blocked as well. Expect delays. This is Eric in the Farron Farrow Traffic Center.
Are you ready for the ultimate entertainment experience? It's all here, only with Spectrum TV Select. Popular apps are included: Disney Plus, Max, Peacock Premium, Paramount Plus, AMC Plus, and more. And live TV for sports, entertainment, and news. Enjoy across your devices no matter when or where you are. Get Spectrum TV Select and start streaming your favorites today. It's all here. Visit spectrum.com/entertainment. Restrictions apply.
2001 Odyssey is Tampa's #1 nude club on Florida's West Coast with over 300 of the hottest exotic dancers. 2001 Odyssey has been voted the #1 nude club by Best of the Bay. Check out the world-famous 2001 spaceship and encounter the wildest dancing in Tampa Bay. The after party happens every night. Full liquor next door. 2001 Odyssey, 275 in Raymond James Stadium on Dale Mabry, better known as the Strip.
At Brandon Honda, we have lenders for every credit situation. Good credit, bad credit, no problem. Hi, I'm Sam Robbie. Right now at Brandon Honda, get 0 down deals on any new vehicle in stock. Plus, make no payments for 90 days. And we'll pay off your trade no matter how much you owe. We have over 600 vehicles to choose from and over 50 lenders, all competing to get you the best deal possible. Get your guaranteed credit approval at BrandonHonda.com.
Call 813-280-0850 for more information.
The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate is the easiest way to sell your home. You can save time, make the most money, and eliminate all the hassle this summer. Hey, it's JP, and my friends at Mark Spain Real Estate can sell your home with the strongest all-cash offer in the industry and help you move on your timeline. With over 67,000 satisfied clients, you could trust the most experienced real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home fast and for maximum profit. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
At Advent Health, we know the heart. We've mapped it, modeled it, repaired it, and rehabbed it. We've screened it, strengthened it, and saved it. We know your heart. And we know there's an unstoppable human spirit at the center of it. Learn more about whole person care and find nationally recognized heart care specialists at FloridaHeartExperts.com.
Downtown St. Pete got a whole lot thirstier. It's the grand opening of Thirsty First at our new location on Central Avenue. Catch the UFC fights, cruise through a DJ, or relax in the upstairs VIP lounge. There's something for everyone. Come check out our new vibe. You're going to love it. Thirsty First.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. When we place our loved ones in a nursing home, we expect them to receive the best care. We meet with families who learn that their mothers and fathers, grandmothers and grandfathers have been terribly abused in nursing homes. Bed sores, malnutrition, broken bones, dehydration, and yes, even death. If you believe that a loved one has been abused or neglected while living in a nursing home, call us. The consultation is free.
Offices Tampa, St. Petersburg.
Cat name Mo for Mick Ultra Zero. I've been telling you about Mick Ultra Zero. It's the newest and best. I say best because I know it's the best because I've tried them all. Zero alcohol beer on the market. I will tell you this. Once I had decided to go alcohol free, and that was when my wife was first pregnant with Bowie and I wanted to support her. I looked and looked and looked for zero alcohol beers. I ended up settling on one. The name is not important. What's important is I was never satisfied with it. As of January of this year, Mick Ultra, and I was a Mick Ultra light fan, my go-to beer at the bar, Mick Ultra came out with their version of a zero-calorie beer, and alcohol beer. I say calories, too, because it's 29 calories. That might as well be zero. 6.5 carbs. 6.5 carbs. If you're making a lifestyle choice like I am right now, leading up to a very important, significant birthday of mine, and I want to make my workouts count more, I want my body's metabolism to be attacking fat cells and not alcohol cells, then this is something for you. If you've made a lifestyle choice at the outset to where you don't want alcohol anymore and you do or do miss the taste of beer, Mick Ultra Zero is the closest to its counterpart in taste. It absolutely tastes fantastic. Now, I do have my friend here, Patrick Smith, who said when I said, hey, you know what? I am not going to drink alcohol for the month of June leading up to the 26th. You said?
In solidarity with you, buddy, I'm Mick Ultra Zero all the way. It'll scratch the itch during a ball game and get me there with you.
Absolutely. We're going out to Frankie's Chop House with Steve Hurley after the show. And guess what? You know how hard it is not to have a beer with alcohol, not to have a drink with a steak? Come on, man. But I am here to tell you that we will not be having any alcohol. What's more, and I brought you into this, Patrick, because your support is great, but what's even better is having a non-alcoholic drink that satiates that desire to have an alcoholic drink.
Absolutely.
And I am here to tell you, try it. That's all you have to do.
No weird aftertaste.
It tastes the closest to its counterpart out of any non-alcoholic beer that I've ever tried. And I will say again, 29 calories, 6.5 carbs, that's less than half of what the leading brands offer. You can get it at Publix, Walmart, Winn-Dixie. You can also order it at the Wheelhouse, 10 Pin Bowling, Tiki Tim's, Locals, Emerald, St. Pete Country Club, Ferg's, and One Night Stand. I have 2 other businesses that are now serving Mick Ultra Zero. That is Black Rock out there. Our friend Craig Pickard, owner of Black Rock in Carewood. You can now get Mick Ultra Zero there. You can also get from my great friend Thomas Pease out there near Citrus Park. You can get Mick Ultra Zero there as well. Again, try it out or just grab a case, and I am telling you that you will be amazed. I cannot think of any reasons for you not to try Mick Ultra Zero if you're trying to make a lifestyle change, if you're just trying to pause, or if you're done with alcohol altogether. 0.
You know, Tampa Heat doesn't play, and neither does Super Heat and Air and Plumbing. They've teamed up with the experts at ABC to bring you fast pro service backed by 2 of the best names in the business. And right now they're offering a $29 AC system check, whether your unit's working or not. And if you need repair, that $29 goes right towards it. Their techs are trained, their trucks are stocked, and their service is same day. If you're hearing weird noises, getting weak airflow, or just sweating too much, don't wait. Super Heat and Air and ABC guarantee impeccable service and cooling you can count on. Call Super Heat and Air today. There is no reason to be hot in your home. And if your AC hasn't been checked out, now is the time to take advantage of this super low $29 AC system check. Call them today, 813-618-5818. That's 813-618-5818. Get that AC system check done before it's 1,000 degrees every day. Give them a call today or go to superheatandair.com and trust the company that I trust to come into my home, Super Heat and Air. Check them out now, superheatandair.com. Tell them Mike Calta sent you.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/radio, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
O'Reilly. Did you know 1 in 4 car batteries is weak and needs to be replaced? O'Reilly Auto Parts will test your battery for free in or out of your vehicle. We can help you find the best battery for your vehicle and budget. O'Reilly Auto Parts has batteries starting at just $89.99. Get your battery tested for free today at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
Looking for a great lunch combo? Hooters, Surfside Seltzer, Metallica tickets, and JP? Join 102.5 The Bone and The JP Show on Friday, June 6th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the original Hooters on Gulf to Bay. JP will be broadcasting live, and he will have your last shot at Metallica tickets. Pre-game with JP at the original Hooters with 102.5 The Bone.
When it really matters, choose Farrah & Farrah. Here for you, here for good. Tampa.
Got a burned out light switch or broken outlet or breakers that keep flipping? Just call for a Bolt electrician online at boltelectric.com.
Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
SunToyota.com. I'm Fox 13 Chief Meteorologist Paul Delgado. Mainly dry weather next couple of days. Partly cloudy, steamy tonight, 78. Partly cloudy skies on Friday, a bit hazy, some Saharan dust around, maybe a pop-up shower or storm, and high temperatures in the low 90s.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio, sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Now, back to Drew Garabo Live.
Once a label is on something, it becomes an it, like it's no longer alive. It's like a loss of vision, or some dark impression, or a black spot on your eye. If it's up to you, a little sweet babu.
All right, welcome back. The Drew Garabo Live Show. Drew Garabo out seeing some fantastic shows. I am a cat named Mo, a.k.a. Maurice. Co-host. Swinging back into the host chair for a couple of days. Drew will be back Monday. Enlisted one Steve Hurley of Stingray Chevrolet to come on in here and chop it up with us, as he did often on the Cat Named Mo show, as did the attorney Patrick Smith, a state law, host of his own show on 102.5 The Bone. The attorney Patrick Smith show, you hear that every Saturday from 8 until 9. Give it a listen. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. And I would like to say thank you for everyone interacting on Twitter and X. And I got the Keith Moon Eminence front thing from a couple other people. Mary, get that Matchbox car for me. That is absolutely 83. And I'll love you eternally for it. Sorry, I had to check out something. Steve, you had something you wanted to say before I talk about a $14 hot dog. $14, Steve. Don't laugh at me. I got a whole lot of stuff.
I bet.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so I got to bring something up. I was at it was a fundraiser. I think it was about 2 months ago over in Lakeland. It's a really nice event. It's called the Lakeland 100. And they invite local business people, entrepreneurs, that kind of thing. And it's so much donation just to even attend. And it all goes to many charities in and around Lakeland area.
This wasn't the event I was supposed to speak at and roast you.
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, go ahead.
That's something altogether different. So anyhow, they had things to buy that were donated, and then they also had live auctions, which I usually try to participate in that.
Right.
And one of the things they had these guys that, and I should have remembered this or done a little bit of research to recall, because I don't recall the organization, but they had brought some bourbon.
Right.
And so I actually had bought some bourbon. And
what? Remind me to say something. Did you buy me an auction bottle of bourbon?
Well, I actually bought. As I talk away from the mic, I actually have three. Ironic. I actually have three of these. First off, I'll be lucky if I ever get through one of them because I do like bourbon.
Right.
But this is a Hemingway rye. That's the sound of sliding one.
Right,
Patrick, and I'm sliding this one. Let me look at it before.
And
I
it's
hand
in
it
the
to you,
sweet
Mel.
spot, 100 proof.
This is actually it's like 116 proof, I believe.
You gave the right bottle to the right person.
112.5 is that? Can you read that back?
Yeah, it's 100. I'm sorry, buddy. 113 proof.
113 proof. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Because I don't have my readers with me. So yeah, 112.8 proof.
I'll walk this over
to
to
you.
you.
It's a special. It's a Hemingway rye.
That's.
And
it's so
special,
fun.
It's a special batch type deal, and
whoa!
And you guys know a lot more about this than I do, but I thought I'd bring that in because you guys are bourbon drinkers. You know more about bourbon than you've forgotten more than I know. Although I do like bourbon. But I actually have three of these, so I thought it'd be perfect to bring you guys each one.
That is fat. What a
That's
perfect
very generous.
gesture.
Yeah,
That
no problem at all.
113 proof. That's diesel fuel, bro.
It's a slow sipper, right?
Yeah, and I haven't had it. I imagine it is a slow sipper.
Oh, this is going to be fantastic.
So you want to crack it open and try it?
Yeah, whatever. What's so funny,
and it's ironic because we're talking about you not drinking before your big birthday.
Steve,
as you call it.
I was going to say this, and circling backwards, that I've been on a 3-month kick to get myself in the best shape that I possibly can be in leading up to June 26th, my birthday. I mean, I've been at crunch 5 to 6 days a week, mostly 6 days a week. Personal trainer. When I got to the final month, which is June, I said, you know what? I've never said, okay, I'm not going to drink. Like a lot of people go, hey, for the month of October, I'm not going to drink. Hey, for this, I'm going to do this. Hey, I'm going to do a body cleanse. I was never that guy, and people would always go, hey, if you think you had to stop drinking, could you? And I'd just be, yeah, but I'm not going to do it to prove it to you. If I need to do it, I will do it. Well, I finally, after 50-odd years, 40, so I haven't been drinking that long. After 40-something,
come out of the utero.
Yeah,
with a tumbler in your hand.
I wasn't pouring them back in utero, as you say. I said, okay, this is where I want to do this for this month, up until about 4 days left in it. And Steve, when I say to you that I've had more people since I stopped drinking
works that way.
a week ago. I mean, more. Patrick Smith brought me 3 bottles in the last time.
You should see my closet.
I have had that the Tampa Bay Bourbon Boys, and both Patrick and I love them to death, and I have to get them back on, but they wanted to come on, and I was like, man, I'm not drinking. And there's no point in having you guys on if I'm not drinking.
I didn't even think about that. I forgot about that. Darn it.
I'm not.
I wish I could remember these guys' name. I really should have done my research.
Who now, did they represent the Hemingway?
Yeah, they donated these, and we bought them because the money went to charity. So I bought several of them, and like I said, I bought 3 of these kind, and one other I can't remember what it was, but I bought one other bottle. But it's a donation for charity, and it's more than I knew I needed. But again, it was just it's all for the cause.
Well, listen. Make no mistake. I'm going to drink the F out of this bottle.
As well you should.
Just not tonight.
But just not tonight. But that is very generous. But I mean, people have been throwing bourbon at me. Dom Ferriello. I'm leaving the studio last night. He's like, hey, cat, I got something for you, cat. And there's a bottle of Touch vodka. I'm like, oh my God.
It accumulates when you're not drinking.
I guess it does. I guess people can say, you know what though? It's and people talk, and I don't think I have an addiction. I drink because I like to drink.
You know who says they don't have an addiction? People with addiction.
I don't know that. I don't know that anybody goes, I take heroin because I like heroin.
Okay, there's a bit of a jump there, buddy.
No, I'm just saying.
We were talking about bourbon.
But I understand.
Yeah, but you said you haven't had a drink for a little while, so
Yeah.
I mean it's not like something you can't flip off and on. So that's
right. But I understand the triggers because what's great, because there's no substitute if you're like on the heroin or crack or whatever.
I don't know. I'm
talking about
Right.
Big Ultra Zero.
Can't relate.
Back when I was doing smack, you know. I mean,
But I drank a lot of beer. If I wasn't drinking bourbon, I was drinking beer. But I was drinking light beer. I'm not like an IPA guy. I'm not one of those heavy beer drinkers. So
beer's beer.
Yeah. So I have that outlet with Mick Ultra Zero. But there are triggers where you want that bourbon. Like we're going, it's not going to be a test because I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to have
It's
any
gonna be a
alcohol.
test.
But it won't
Tell
be
you
a
right now,
test.
it's gonna be a test.
I can
We'll
tell
talk
you right
tomorrow.
now, I'm seeing too much great results without the alcohol.
So you
from
don't
the
you
gel.
deserve a little reward? You're seeing some
There you
good
go.
results.
Nice try.
Being set up for tonight.
But to be at the steakhouse, especially Frankie's, where we
Chris is going to hook you up.
Yeah,
There's
Chris-
going to be a
Chris
free
will-
bourbon
yeah,
coming
yeah,
your way,
yeah,
and you're going to have to slide it back. I will pay a lot of money to see that.
You won't have to see it. As soon as it's poured, I'll be, don't even come that way.
Yeah.
I'm of the, and I believe you both are probably like that. If I decide, if someone is not pushing me to do something, which few people rarely push me because they know it's futile. But when I decide to do something, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, and so, but there are those triggers, like at night coming back here, sitting on the back patio with that American Spirit. You want that bourbon that I'm used to having. The steakhouse where we always have bourbons and whatever. You want that, or you want a beer? I always start out with a beer when I'm eating, and then I shift over to a little bourbon, but whatever. But I got this. I'm good. I'm straight. I'll be fine.
You're trying to convince yourself.
No, I'm not, because
I'm straight. I got this.
Now understand this. Once I restart drinking, I'm still going to be on the Mick Ultra Zero. I'm still, I'm going to lessen.
Me too.
I'm going to lessen the bourbon that I'm consuming. Now, don't get me wrong, Steve. I'm gonna f this up.
Yeah, but that's not like you're not going to sip that by the pool. That Mick Ultra Zero is perfect to sit by a pool.
100%. All right, where are we at? All right, damn it, we're at the 6. We have an hour left. I haven't even told my $14 hot dog story yet.
You haven't.
You got plenty of time.
I feel bad because it's. I'm just saying, these theme parks, come on, man.
Yeah.
Especially to Florida State residents. I can understand you're gripping the tourists. They come down here with copious amounts of money to blow and spend. Don't charge a local $14.50 for a hot dog. I haven't even told you the price of a Coke Zero. We'll get into that.
Or bourbon.
Hey, Maurice, Dateline 5:13 Eastern Time. Elon Musk calling for Donald Trump to be impeached.
He is not.
He has, apparently. That's what's being reported by The Guardian.
Listen, if you impeach him and don't remove him, you make him stronger. So you don't have the votes to remove him.
Yeah, how many times?
And do you really want President J.D. Vance for the next 3
This
days?
is not slowing down.
I asked, how was this going to escalate? I don't see how it could. Well, it just did.
You're listening to Drew Garabo live on 102.5 The Bone. Breaking summer news. All the rooms at the Sky Beach Resort for the Bone Summer Beach Bash are completely sold out. But good news, you can still come out and party for free. Neutral presents the Bone Summer Beach Bash. An entire weekend of awesome events and hanging out with all your favorite people from the Bone. Plus, it's absolutely free to get in. It's all happening July 18th through the 20th at the beautiful Sky Beach Resort in St. Pete, a bayfront oasis with a private beach at the southernmost tip of St. Petersburg in the Skyway District. No matter what you do, don't miss the Bone Summer Beach Bash, presented by Neutral and 102.5 The Bone. Real, raw summer. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
275 north, around a 10-minute delay in Pinellas. Earlier crash with left lane blockage at around 28th Street, back beyond 26th Avenue. Southbound at around Pinellas Point, somewhat congested. Just in, a crash northbound US 19 at Haynes Bayshore Road. Traffic is stop and go north of 10 minutes to 142nd Avenue. In Hillsborough, 75 north, still ugly approaching I-4. That earlier crash. Stop and go traffic still around an hour back to Brandon Boulevard, down to one right lane of traffic. One left lane lane block now, southbound I-75 due to that crash. Also approaching I-4, so this will back you up around 45 minutes beyond Fletcher. Southbound 75 south of Progress Boulevard has shoulder blockage due to an incident. Stop and go there to Causeway. Expect 301 and 41 to continue to pack them in due to detours. This is Eric in the Farrah Traffic Center.
After you've been injured at no fault of your own, you shouldn't be stuck footing the medical bills or dealing with lost wages. Farrah and Farrah's accident attorneys are here to make it easy. Contact Farrah and Farrah, 1-800-500-5555, farrahandfarrah.com. Make it a Farrah fight, Tampa.
At Racetrack, you'll find everything you need to get through the day ahead.
The morning hits hard when you get up early. You're obviously tired and looking surly.
Grab some made-in-store breakfast, freshly ground coffee, ice-cold drinks, delicious hot food, and snacks all in one stop.
The day is long and can feel like a grind, but you'll get fully stocked and everything will be fine.
Racetrack is here to keep you going.
An all-day haul to get you.
Racetrack, whatever gets you going.
Your water may not be safe. Forever chemicals that stay in the body for years have been found in drinking water. Call Morgan & Morgan at 1-800-555-6666 or visit forthepeople.com/PFAS. Offices Orlando and throughout Florida.
John Senning here for Wild Fork Foods. Are you sick and tired of going to the grocery store and feeling like they just don't have enough options when it comes to protein? Well, check out Wild Fork. From rare cuts of meat like duck, rabbit, yak, venison, elk, to the traditional stuff. Ground beef, chicken breasts, sausages, hot dogs, burgers, and more. They've got everything you're looking for at great prices that you can get delivered right to your home. You can pick up in store or just go on a shopping spree. They've got locations in South Tampa, St. Pete, and West Chase. Check them out online at wildforkfoods.com.
Downtown St. Pete got a whole lot thirstier. It's the grand opening of Thirsty First at our new location on Central Avenue. Catch the UFC fights, cruise to a DJ, or relax in the upstairs VIP lounge. There's something for everyone. Come check out our new vibe. You're going to love it. Thirsty First.
At Bernetti PA, if you've been injured in an accident, we make it quick, easy, and convenient to hire us. You can rest assured that somebody is on your side. Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Lakeland, Tampa, St. Pete.
There's no better time for sports than the playoffs. Playoff hockey, playoff NBA, plus Major League Baseball's in full swing, and the W is back. And what makes it more exciting is when you go to Hard Rock Bet and take action on all the sports. Think you can win big? One Florida bettor turned a dollar parlay into $26,500. And you can do the same. Just download the Hard Rock Bet app or simply go to hardrock.bet. It's Hard Rock Bet, offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 888-ADMIT-IT.
Business owners everywhere are raving about ZipRecruiter's new feature, Zip Intro, which does the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates to meet with you as soon as the next day. So we decided to call up some of these employers and hear their stories. Today, we're on the phone with Pilates studio owner Crystal M. Harris. Crystal, how has Zip Intro helped you hire?
Well, I was opening a Pilates studio in McDonough, Georgia, and I needed to staff up quickly. Zip Intro did the work for me. It helped me find enthusiastic candidates who matched my qualifications perfectly.
That's great.
Yeah, I had my Zip Intro session on Tuesday, did all the interviews by Thursday, sent out the offers on Friday, and they started on Monday. Because Zip Intro did most of the work, I saved so much time.
Absolutely. And to our listeners, you can try Zip Intro for free right now at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow.
The guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate's the easiest way to sell your home. You can save time, make the most money, and eliminate the hassle this summer. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our offers are the strongest in the industry. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home and skip the hassle of constant cleaning and costly repairs. There's no showings, no open houses, and no stress. Our guaranteed offer keeps you in control. One of our clients, Ryan, said, Mark Spain Real Estate exceeded our expectations by helping us achieve significantly over our asking price. We received much more than we ever anticipated, and we cannot recommend Mark Spain Real Estate enough. I've served homeowners like you for nearly 30 years and have helped over 67,000 satisfied clients. And I know what matters most, a quick sale and maximum profit. Trust the top real estate team in the U.S. and close with confidence. Find out what your guaranteed offer would be. There's no obligation. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
If you're the victim of a car crash, take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
102.5 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. Unique opinions, compelling conversation, and the best in afternoon entertainment. Now, the conversation continues on Drew Garabo Live.
All right, welcome back. The Drew Garabo Live program. A cat named Mo. I have Steve Hurley. I have Patrick Smith in with me tomorrow. It'll be just myself and Patrick Smith. What are you doing tomorrow, Steve? Why are you going to be MIA?
There I am. I'm not MIA. I've got some things going on.
Like what?
Well,
Steve,
work related.
You like what? You had no obligation to answer my dumb probing questions.
I do have some stuff going on at work.
Hey, this is all you got to say. I have a job, Mo.
Yeah.
He didn't want to say anything, but he got a call in the break, and he's been called in to broker a peace treaty between a certain billionaire A and a billionaire B.
That's what I'm doing.
Are you on Twitter? Did you see if you could find that? I got to find that queen. Hey, caller, go ahead. What's up?
Hey, Mo.
Hey.
Good to hear from you.
Thank you. Good to hear from you.
Is it okay if I call you a cat named Drew today?
Sure. Go right ahead.
All right. So I just had a special request. Can I hear some Green Day?
First,
I didn't know that was coming.
First and
So
foremost,
well.
I hate Green Day. I hate. I
think that was obvious.
I think I like the lamest Green Day. The only that when September comes around, or Call Me in November, or December Rain. I don't know.
I'm not a big Green Day guy myself.
No, it's I'm not a big punk fan. Right. Although there are bands that had elements of punk that I love. I mean, the Police. I adore the Police, and they had elements of punk. PIL, Public Image Limited, Johnny Rotten. Forget about it, Johnny Lydon, of course.
You talk about bands that get political.
Yes.
Green Day's one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not that politics. One of my favorite bands is Pink Floyd, and I don't know if you can be more political in your rock than Roger Waters is. I mean. He's good at interjecting it here or there and not making it overt, although some may say that it's overt. I don't think so.
He hasn't gone full Eddie Vedder yet.
Well, no, Eddie Vedder. There's not a lot of politics in Pearl Jam's music. I mean, just the in between lie and the in between lie pattern, whatever. But that's what musicians do.
Is it? I thought they sing songs.
Well, they do, but they sing about the things that are affecting them. That's what unless you're Kiss and you're singing about banging underage girls like Ted Nugent.
Easy.
That's
hence the face paint.
Right. If you're trying to get all of the girls you can, that's what you do. If you're Motley Crue, that's what you do. If you're Bob Dylan,
so wait, Domino's not about the game?
No, it's not. If you're Bob Dylan, if you're Neil Young, if you're Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, if you're Pearl
different
Jam.
times.
Although
back then.
Pearl Jam has a large catalog of songs that don't really get into politics.
No.
He just uses the opportunity when he's in front of a live audience to, say what he wants to say.
I think it's their stage. Do what you want to do. Buy a ticket or don't buy a ticket.
Yeah, absolutely. But now if you go to a Roger Waters concert
what
or
you're
a Pink Floyd concert and you're bitching about him talking about politics in between, then you don't even need to be there. You know nothing about Roger Waters and or Pink Floyd.
Yeah,
which Roger Waters was essentially Pink Floyd. Yeah, that's what he does.
At least Bob Dylan, no one could understand him.
Right. Right. So anyway, I go to Adventure Island today because Bowie has a school friend, and they were going to be going, and so Melanie was going to be taking Bowie, and it's nothing I would ever choose to do. I'm not a Parks fan.
I was about to say, this sounds like your worst nightmare. Next to the beach.
I'm not a Park. The last time I was at Adventure Island, I might have been 9, and I think I almost drowned in a wave pool. True story. And I don't think I wouldn't have been 9 because I didn't move down here until I was 14. So I would have been 14. About 14.
Got some unprocessed.
You almost drowned like a 9-year-old when you were 14.
Yeah, it felt like I was a 9-year-old.
He was swimming like a.
Yeah. So I'm no bueno. No, but just not a fan. So I decide to hold on. Let me see. Hey, caller, what's up? Hey. All right, you're in the wind tunnel. But I say I'm trying to do. I want to do stuff. Obviously you want to do stuff with your child, and it's going to be your first time at Adventure Island. So I'm like, okay, I'll go. I'm also not a son. It's hot out here. It's Florida and whatever. So, but I knew we were going. This was planned forever, and so we get there and we have like a cabana. Nothing big, just 2 folding chairs with a retractable roof over it. And then I was never under because, I'm walking around with Bowie. Yeah. I want to see her in the slides and doing whatever it is that you're going to be doing at the water park whilst we wait for her friend to show up, her friend and the friend's mom. So it's cool and everything. And I have sandals on and I have swim trunks and then I have a shirt and I got to, And I'm watching her play, and Melanie's off doing some things, and then she's over, and then she's going up and down the slides with her, blah, 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 blah. I'm not a slide person, but I was asked by Melanie, hey, do you want to go down the slide with her? And I'm like, no, I'm good. And then she goes down the slide with her again. And I'm just standing there thinking, I'm like, you don't want to be that guy.
Go.
You don't want to be that guy that you go to a water park with your child and you can't do something with the child. So we kick out. She comes back down and I go, hey, do you want me to go down the slide with you? And she's, of course, ecstatic. So, and by the way, I'm getting pissed off at a kid that's at a water tower and aiming the water pistol down at people just standing there trying to watch in the splash pad. And I'm like, dude, if you get me wet one more, I got dread, Steve. I can't shake this stuff dry. I cannot shake this ish dry. You get these dreads wet.
I imagine that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's already heavy on my head.
Did you do the slide or didn't you?
I kicked off the sandals. I took off the shirt and I walked up. Not only did I do the slide, but then I didn't get in the inner tube because I'm just too big for it. But they have like a rambling river, and I walked around it pushing Bowie in her inner tube and twisting. It's
like a lazy river.
Lazy river. That's exactly what it was. And it was pretty cool. Okay, so now the friend comes, and I'm sitting at the cabana, but it's hot. So now
You're in the water, though. How hot is it?
No. I'm not in the water at this part. We're at the part of the cabana where they're doing the splash pad and stuff. So they're going to be doing stuff. So I'm like, I'm starving because I'd come straight from the gym. And I'm like, I go to the car to get my phone because I didn't bring it initially because that's a way to have to get a new phone is to take it to a water park.
Well, plus you disconnect. You're with your family.
100%. So I'm walking back and I want to get a Coke Zero. And I see a Coke Zero machine and I go over there and I look at it and look at the price. $6.50. $6.50. What's the ounces on that drink in your hand right
16, usually 20 ounce, excuse me.
$6.50 for $6.50 for a 20 ounce friggin' 0-calorie soda.
What do they think they're Disney?
I'm like, no way. So then I walk over to where I see they've got them in like not a machine, but just a cooler or whatever. I'm like, hey, how much for your Coke Zero? $7.25.
How much was the Mick Ultra Zero?
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'm like, that's more than what was over there. Okay, so I'm like, and I didn't bring anything to drink or whatever. So I'm walking back to the cabana, and I see pizza, hot dogs. And I'm like, well, I am hungry too. It was arm day. Yeah. Protein, man. I need protein. I go over and I go, hey, how much for a hot dog? And she goes, $4. And I'm like, okay, $4.50. That's not bad. 14.
What size? Hold on. What size hot dog?
It was a hot dog, man.
Like a standard.
It was a standard. It was a hot dog. I mean, I don't know if it was like a ballpark jumbo.
Yeah, was it like one of these jumbo yard dogs?
No. I mean, it looked like a hot dog. It wasn't like a foot long.
Did it come with fries or something?
And this is the thing. I don't care if it was a foot long. A foot long's not a $14 hot dog.
While you're in that bucket.
And I say 14. I mean, it was 14 whatever. Plus, when you get to the tax part, now you're about $15 in for a hot dog.
You got to add the tip.
Now you don't have your phone, so were you doing cash? Were you doing
No. This was
or?
after I went back to my car to get the phone, and on the way
Okay,
back
you're
to the
gonna pay
cabana.
for the phone. Yeah.
and she was 414, and I'm just walking away. How is that sustainable in a business? Is it that you are
Captive
trapped
audience,
there?
yeah.
The captive audience. Is that, I mean, do we not have a problem with that? Because by and large, it's mostly tourists who, like I said earlier in the show, probably come down
Well,
with
going
this
to a
kind
park
of
like that's a bit of an event, and they've got to. They know that it's an event. You want to entertain your family, and you kind of It's kind of like when you go to Vegas and the chips. You're betting $25, $50 chips or whatever, and it's not. It's almost like the money's not real the same way if you were back home. And I think that's the mindset, and they're preying upon that mindset that you want to have a good time.
You're
and
right.
you are
Some
captive.
people check reality at the door, and they walk
That's
into
right.
places like that as Rodney Dangerfield and Caddyshack. I'll take 2 of these, 4 of these, and set my friends up here with whatever they need.
And I get that if you're from another country or whatever, and you've said, okay, you've saved up and you've got all this money. Hey, we're going to experience this water park, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But for Florida residents, I mean, and you're still getting us at the door with the ticket price. You're
To that
still getting
point,
us with the parking.
You'd think they'd have a resident price.
They should. There needs to be
Discount.
a resident price at these parks. You should not be charging locals $14 friggin' for a hot dog. That's insane.
Did you tell them who you were?
No,
Be like, hey.
Nobody there even knows how to turn on a radio, let alone know who I am. It's just, I mean, that would keep. I'm not necessarily going anyway, but I'm certainly not now. I mean, it's just it's ridiculous,
Buddy, I just can't imagine how hungry I would have to be to eat a hot dog there.
Well,
I'd have to be starving.
It's like the fair. The fair hot dog is one of the best fair hot dogs.
Okay, now you're talking a completely
even,
different genre.
And even the fair doesn't charge. They're not charging $14 for a hot dog
At the festival, the Florida Strawberry Festival. I don't think they're that much.
No, you might be $8 in. Okay,
Yeah, maybe $7, $8.
Okay.
Fried Oreos, whatever you want to charge, I'm buying.
I'll give you $7 for a hot
Yeah,
dog.
even Smitty's is not that much,
because
and
those
that's
fair hot
corn
dogs,
dog.
forget about them. Yeah, the corn dogs, anything like that.
Yeah, Smitty corn dogs. Is
oh my gosh,
fantastic.
now I'm hungry.
How much is adventure for a 14.50 hot dog? How much is Adventure Island in for that?
Oh, the cost on
125?
that?
No,
125?
No, less than that.
Nah,
It's
it'd
probably
have
under
to
a
be
buck.
Less than that. It'd have to be under a buck.
It's
yeah.
under a buck.
So
That's just
so
nuts.
my point is that kind of it is you get my point.
Yeah.
And you want to grip tourists, grip them all day, every day, but there should be some pricing for Florida residents. Hey, go ahead, caller.
Afternoon, fellas. I just had a question for Mr. Hurley.
Go.
I want to bring in my truck to trade it in. It's a 2016 Silverado. I've never traded in a vehicle before, so I was wondering if there's any kind of, anything that I should bring, anything that'll help the process go as smooth as possible.
Well, if you've got any type of service records for the truck, that obviously helps. And anytime and this isn't just Stingray, it's anywhere. If you go to trade a vehicle, I would detail it, have it cleaned up, and again, you don't have to when you come to Stingray, but if you make it look as nice as possible, because you're wanting to sell your truck to that dealer, whether it's us or somebody else, and I would detail it, have it look as good as possible, and provide as much information as you can, like, hey, I've had it this long, and I've serviced it this much, and I've got good maintenance records on it. All those kind of things help, because the guy walking around your vehicle and appraising it he's processing in his mind, hey, I can sell this 2016 Silverado, or man, this is going to need a lot of work, that kind of thing. So communicating really well with the person that's walking around the trade-in is always beneficial, and having it look as good as possible, because they're still human too. We can see through the dirt if we have a dirty vehicle, and we're not necessarily going to discount it because it needs a better detail than another vehicle, but we're still human. And when we look at that vehicle, and it's like, man, that thing's that thing's standing tall. That's a good-looking Silverado. That's something that's a high-demand vehicle, which actually it is right now. It's a good vehicle.
Right. Yeah, I was kind of thinking that too. Just being respectful, and you trying to sell it to somebody, so you want to keep it clean, have it looking nice. But
hey, let me ask you something. Do you have a salesman in mind already?
No, I've heard good things about Stingray in Plant City, and so I kind of already knew that I wanted to go with them. Plus, they got the church's chicken right there in
they do. Hey, as for Geoff, is Geoff? Geoff is my boy, and Geoff I purchased. I or members of my family, we're 5 vehicles deep.
His name's Jeff, but we call him Geoff.
Yeah, his name
that way. Geoff.
Yeah, but Jeff, ask for Jeff.
He's a great guy.
Yeah. All right.
Ask for Jeff. All right. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Steve, paper title or e-title? Are you good with either?
Either
Yeah,
works.
I was going to ask you if it's a big thing now.
Yeah, a lot of people just like to have. I like to have a physical, tangible paper title, but it in the big picture it doesn't matter. You can do any electronic title. Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Steve. How much tariff on a hot dog?
Clearly a lot.
All right. I'm going to tell you, speaking of hot dogs, I have to go to break. We got one more segment left. Do you need to say something?
I was just going to say Islands of Adventure, or Adventure Island, just announced a resident discount. $13.50 for the hot dog.
$13.50.
They're listening, Mo. They're listening to you. They can turn on a radio despite what you just said.
I'm going to tell you where I did get food after Adventure Island. And it's one of my...
I was actually going to ask you that. What did you do?
Okay. It's one of my absolute favorite restaurants in Tampa. If I could say I want this place within walking distance or 5 miles of my house, is what I would do. And if you know it, I don't know if everybody's been there. We have a lot of new residents, but my God, I've never had a bad meal there, and I'm going to tell you where when we come back to Garabo Live.
You're listening to Drew Garabo Live on 102.5 The Bone. Stream Real Raw Radio live. Anytime on the free 102.5 The Bone app. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
At least one left lane blocked, a crash in Pinellas northbound US 19 at Haynes Bayshore Road. Traffic is stop and go over 20 minutes before Ulmerton. 19 north at Alderman Road, dealing with a crash back to Nebraska. In Hillsborough, a moderate backup due to an accident westbound Bush Boulevard at around Himes Avenue, back beyond Orange Grove Drive. Eastbound traffic affected a smidge. Southbound 75 looks to be in the clearing stages, headed toward I-4. About 10 minutes delayed now beyond Fowler. On Fowler, expect congestion westbound at Jefferson Road due to an incident affecting Jefferson and Williams, both northbound. Finally, that gargantuan backup 75 north, which has been a problem for over 90 minutes, will still back you up almost 90 minutes between I-4 and Brandon Boulevard. 3 left lanes still blocked there. This is Eric in the Farah Traffic Center.
With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can receive an all-cash offer and move when you're ready. No showings, no open houses, no stress. Call 855-299-SOLD or go to markspain.com and start packing.
Did you know even the smallest increase in mortgage rates can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your loan? Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. It's true, even a 0.25% change in rate can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your mortgage. But with Third Federal's new Early Rate Lock, you don't have to take chances. Early Rate Lock is the only pre-approval that locks in your rate at pre-approval, even before you find a house. Plus, we're so confident that our rates are the lowest, if you find a lower rate, we'll beat it or give you $1,000. And now through June 30th, get pre-approved with Third Federal and we'll pay all of your closing costs. So don't wait. Call Third Federal today.
Right now with Third Federal, even before you find a home, lock in 6.625%, APR 6.685% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3RD-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. Zero closing costs on low-cost loans only. See conditions for lowest rate guarantee at thirdfederal.com. Equal housing lender.
This is a cat named Mo from Drew Garabo Live. Prime time, baby. I am the first Mo, but there is a second Mo, and he is the Mo that will help you if you need a personal injury attorney. It's Tampa attorney Mo DeWitt. Here he is to say one word because I've used up all the time. Hi. That's it. You got one word. Don't he sound sexy? 800, call Mo with an E. Injured on the go, just call Mo.
Non-attorney spokesperson, offices Tampa.
That's Mo with an E.
Hey, did you know that with Frontier Fiber Internet, the best Wi-Fi isn't just for VIPs anymore?
So even if I have less than 1 million followers?
Or me, a total noob?
What if I'm not in the metaverse yet?
Yeah, now everyone can get Wi-Fi 7 with a premium Eero router on Fiber 500 and up. Now starting at only $39.99 per month. Switch to the most advanced Wi-Fi on 100% fiber internet. Only from Frontier. Good to go. In select areas, price for 12 months with autopay. ETF terms apply. Max speeds wired. Actual average and Wi-Fi speed vary.
Let's celebrate summer with the largest jewelry collection at the Gold and Diamond Source. Summer's here, the perfect time to shine with the exquisite June birthstones, pearl, alexandrite, and moonstone. Each gemstone carries its own unique significance and style, making them perfect for any summer occasion. Celebrate the milestone of a 30th anniversary with the timeless beauty of pearl, the traditional stone for this special occasion. Right now at Gold and Diamond Source, enjoy 5 years of interest-free financing. You can own a stunning $5,000 ring and pay just $83 a month with zero interest over 5 years. You can shop online and get 15% off the June birthstones at goldanddiamond.com. Now is the perfect time to buy because your Gold and Diamond Source piece never loses its value, and you can always trade up in the future. Make this summer unforgettable and visit Gold and Diamond Source, 3800 Ulmerton Road in Clearwater.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire America's largest injury law firm for your case? There's lots of reasons. Just like there's a reason millions of people called us last year in their time of need. When it comes to fighting for justice and compensation, millions of people across the country trust us to go to battle for them. We became the largest injury law firm in the world for a reason. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Have you ever taken your family to dinner and been shocked at how expensive the bill was? Or gone to the doctor and been surprised by a large bill that was sent to you later in the mail? There is over $22 trillion in U.S. tax-deferred retirement accounts like the IRA and 401k. So do you know how much you will owe in taxes on those accounts in the future? Hi, I'm Rebecca Walser, principal of Walser Wealth Management and a tax attorney. And right now, I want you to think about how much you've saved in your own deferred retirement accounts, whether it's $250,000 or more. Guess what? That is not all of your money. You will have to pay those taxes in retirement as you withdraw it when you have no income. At Walser Wealth, we created a retirement tax bill calculator to show you what you will pay in future taxes on your accounts, and it's free for you to use. Go to mytaxtest.com. Knowledge is only power when it's followed by action. Knowing your future taxes, we can show you strategies that might help you lower them and lower your tax burden overall in the future. For now, use our free tax calculator, mytaxtest.com, mytaxtest.com.
Summer is here, and it's time to get your backyard ready where you always wanted it to be. From custom patios and pavers to upgraded driveways, Waterman Properties is your go-to for bringing your summer vision to life. Whether you're remodeling, rebuilding, or repairing from a storm, Waterman Properties handles everything from demolition to install with expert care and zero runaround. Visit watermanproperties.net or call 813-715-7383. It's Waterman Properties. Your vision is their mission. Hit them up today and tell them Mike Caltasea.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime. We're not here to be the biggest. We're here to bring you something we believe is better. Our plans start at just $20. You'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Ruck, run, or walk it at the 3rd Annual Sergeant Anthony Patrick Malstat's Defender Ruck on June 7th. Choose the 5K, 2.2-mile Ruck Walk, or go virtual. Every step supports military mental health and suicide prevention, plus music, food, raffles, and more. Sign up now at defenderruck.com and use the code THEBONE for $10 off.
Involved in a car accident? We understand the pressure you're under. Call Farah and Farah, Tampa.
Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
Toyota.com. I'm Fox 13 Chief Meteorologist Paul Delgado. Mainly dry weather next couple of days. Partly cloudy, steamy tonight, 78. Partly cloudy skies on Friday, a bit hazy, some Saharan dust around, maybe a pop-up shower or storm, and high temperatures in the low 90s.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio, sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Now, back to Drew Garabo Live.
titty green, say what you see, man. We got these questions. Is it true that you've sold your soul? I say, hey man, I don't know. Let me quarter, won't you? I'll call my accountant. Let's get out this.
Let's get off this. Get on with it.
If you want to change the world, shut your mouth and start this minute.
If you want to change the world, shut your mouth and start this minute.
If you want to change the world, shut your mouth and start this minute.
Okay, I've been a Tampa resident, man and boy. Let me get this straight. 45 odd years. I've lived in Tampa longer than I've lived anywhere. Did a stint in L.A., 11 years doing mornings in the state of Ohio. I'm going to say the great state of Ohio. Mostly Columbus, but there was some Cincinnati time. A year in Baltimore, radio. But 20, damn near 30, more than 30 years in just Tampa. I mean, even though I was born in Chicago, I'm a Tampa resident. I've seen many restaurants come and go. I can tell you one of my favorite adult restaurants is Bella's in South Tampa.
Okay.
I don't care what you tell me. They have one of the absolute best calzones ever. They got that brick oven. I don't know what it is they do, but it's just it's one of those places where if I go to Hooters, I'm getting wings with the 3 Mile Island sauce, breaded. If I go to Bella's, I'm getting calzone. I may eat something else, but I'm not going to Bella's and not ordering the calzone.
Those are both adult restaurants of different varieties.
Yes.
Boy, a good calzone is unbelievable. I haven't had a good one in a long time.
Oh, dude, Bella. Now it's the top of it. It's thin. It's paper thin, but I love that. And man, you put that triple sausage, light ricotta, regat, if you will, triple sausage, light regat, and mushrooms.
Why are you doing this right now? We are all so hungry, and here you are.
But that's not the rest. I didn't go after Adventure Island to Bella's. I'm just saying I have a couple of different favorites. Bella's, being one that I can come right off the top of my head. But in my top 5 is Mel's Hot Dogs.
Oh, that's an institution.
Mel's is an institution.
Best $14 hot dog you'll ever find.
No, Mel's ain't even
Where's
tried.
Mel's?
Mel's is right. It's if you go out of Busch Garden and you make a right and you continue east, it's right there. It's the next light. It's backed up to Busch Gardens. Mel's has to have been there. Hold on.
Is there a second location, or am I making that up?
They understand something. For a brief period, it was almost like it was a fever dream.
Yeah.
Mel's opened up a second location. Bush Boulevard.
Yeah.
Mel's opened up a second location in Carrollwood.
I thought
5 minutes away from my house.
So I didn't make that up. I thought
No.
We must talk about that on prior broadcast.
And I have no idea why these white suburbanites failed to support my dream and go and get a good about the best Chicago dog. By the way, that's what Mel's is. Mel's is.
Why they got to be white suburbanites? What are we doing? What are we doing, Mo?
That's what he identifies with, so that's what he's going with.
That's true.
Hold on. That's who built up Carrollwood. Now the makeup's a little different. You might want to learn how to say hola. But back then when Mel's was there, it was, how are you doing, sir? Good day, fine, sir.
Is that how,
Steve, these are what we call jokes we're not allowed to comment on. We just sit here and be quiet.
I'm
Stay out of trouble. Don't get canceled.
So we speak like a robot? Is that what
I'm just saying, very polite.
How are you doing today?
There you go. I had a flashback of Carrollwood.
Said no white guy ever.
Circa 2001. Since 1973, Mel's Hot Dogs has been here in Tampa, but it's Chicago style. Guess who's from Chicago? I don't care what you say, you're not going to get a better dog than one on a poppy seed bun with those little green sport peppers and a long pickle and diced tomato. Forget about it. Forget about it. You may think you've had the best dog in the world. The best dog, bar none, is a Chicago-style hot dog.
I want to clarify. Chicago style. That means it's crooked?
Well,
or it can vote twice in elections?
Listen. Those days are bygone.
So now, to be clear, your definition of Chicago dog.
No.
There's some debate.
It's not my Chicago. It's not my definition.
This is Mel. Okay, fine.
Yeah, there's a Chicago dog. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Mustard or no mustard?
I don't believe. Let me see what comes.
Because I thought definitionally, doesn't it have to have mustard?
That's got mustard to me.
You may be right.
For a Chicago dog,
and I'm a ketchup person, and
I love ketchup.
But I eat a Chicago dog as it comes. I don't take anything off. I don't add anything.
I'm very adventurous when it comes to the hot dog accoutrement, if you will. But I do love a just regular hot dog with ketchup.
That's fine. I love that too. I love that.
But I'm also bold and adventurous.
But I can make that. I can make it. A proper Chicago dog this is the other thing. All beef Frankfurter, got to be all beef. Typically, and this is what Mel's use, Vienna beef. You want to go Vienna beef. And a poppy seed bun, if it's not a poppy seed bun, it's not a Chicago dog. Topped with yellow mustard, neon green, sweet pickle relish. Forget about it. Chopped white onion, tomato slices, a dill pickle spear, and pickled sport peppers and celery salt.
Why has it got to be a white onion?
Because it has to. It has to. A Chicago dog I just love it. It's one of my all-time favorite foods.
With a cold beer.
So now this is the problem. I'm trying to go keto, but
just drop the bun.
No.
For 21 days, drop the bun.
No. What I probably did was I ate around. I left a quarter of the bun. But no. I mean, and you can have some carbs.
Eat the whole thing.
You'd have some.
No. You're being ridiculous.
It just made me feel better, like I was doing something. But the threat was, and I don't know have you been to Mel's?
No.
Okay. They have the big thick French fries, and they have a cheddar. They have a cheese sauce. So I mean, the fries are. It's just phenomenal. And that was the issue. I did not, instead of fries, I ordered turn your radio down. I ordered a bowl of their beanless chili, and that was phenomenal with chopped onions and cheese.
That sounds good.
Dude. Yeah. Mel's, Mel's for me is one of the top 5 restaurants in the Tampa Bay area.
Wow.
Go ahead, caller.
Okay, I have to weigh in on the hot dog.
Go ahead.
Okay, so anyway, what about the New Jersey Italian-style hot dog? Are you familiar with it?
I am familiar with it. It's a great dog. It's not better than a Chicago dog.
Oh, I don't know. I that would have to be a great debate. I think you started a great debate, sir.
I mean, listen,
this is good.
And it may be a regional thing. What I would say about the Jersey dog there are dogs that are similar to that. The Chicago dog is so specific with its ingredients that there's not anything you either are eating a Chicago dog or you're not eating a Chicago dog.
Chicago dog is iconic. I mean, you can say Chicago dog and everyone knows what you're talking about. Jersey dog, and it's regional.
Yeah, give me your ingredients.
Potatoes, onions, and peppers on a roll. It's got to be all beef hot dogs, preferably maybe Sabrett's, but there's a Duman's hot dog that's good with mustard, spicy mustard, and ketchup.
That sounds like you could build that dog on your own with ingredients at your house.
I'd eat it.
Oh, and that's the beauty part about it. You can make a New Jersey Italian-style hot dog quick. A Chicago dog, you got to go out and get all the ingredients.
You're not wrong. That's why I think it's better.
Good things are worth it.
But yeah. But listen.
Fair enough.
But listen. That Jersey dog, yes, I'm not sleeping on it. You know what I'm saying? Those hot dog. When I went to my daughter's wedding in New York, and we were in we stayed in Soho, but I think it was around Manhattan. The street vendors, the what do they call those? The water dogs or just
dirty water dogs?
Listen. Second to a Chicago dog is a dirty water dog for me.
I do like Chicago dogs, but I do like Chicago dogs. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, but I don't think we're far apart, my friend. Just regionally, we grew up with a certain thing.
Yes, sir. Well, as always, you gentlemen have a great day, and it's a pleasure always listen to you guys on the radio.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I will say regionally, it's not always such. I'm not a Chicago-style pizza fan over a New York-style pizza.
Oh, I love my New York pizza.
Yeah.
No, Chicago-style pizza, I've had it. there's just too much going on for me. There's just way too much going on.
Well, you're talking about the deep dish, probably.
Yeah.
The typical Chicago style is a thin crust cut into squares.
Okay.
It gets conflated with the deep dish, which is basically a lasagna.
And that's
what I
just
like.
too much. It's
you like the
like Jay
lasagna?
Burns. Ever had Jay Burns in Lakeland?
No.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That's a good.
Yeah, thin crust, cut in squares. I grew up
that's
on it
been
back
there
in the day.
forever, too.
Yeah, they closed. The parents had closed it, and the kids reopened it apparently because it was there when I was in high school. In
They
Lakeland.
were one of my Little League baseball team sponsors. Back
Is that right?
Yeah.
And they're
Back in
called,
the day.
what are they called?
Jay Burns.
Jay Burns.
Like initial J and then Burns,
Right.
B-U-R-N-S.
Uh-huh.
Jay Burns Pizza in Lakeland's really good. It's a
Really,
couple
really
locations.
good.
South Florida Avenue and then also
Steve,
Edgewood.
let me ask you something. How many times have I been down to Stingray Chevrolet?
Several.
How many times have we broken bread?
Quite a few.
How many times have you mentioned Jay Burns Pizza?
Shame on me, because that'd be a lot cheaper lunch.
That's not always one. Let's go to the Popeyes. You never want to go to the. Is that Popeyes? Did that Popeyes close? It closed.
No.
No.
No. It's there. The one right across I-4.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's there.
Where did
I picked up a chicken sandwich this week
Where
for
did
Susan.
you take me that I love? What was that? Farmers Market? Fred's.
We went Fred's Market.
Fred's Market.
Oh, my gosh. You've never been to Fred's?
Fred's
I had
Market.
Fred's
not
is a
been to
staple.
Fred's.
And then Fred Johnson has Johnson's Barbecue. We've been there.
We've been to Johnson's Barbecue, which was
very, very
phenomenal.
Is
Plant
Peebles
City.
Barbecue still around?
Peebles is still there over in Auburndale. Yeah, that's still there.
Peebles.
Yeah.
Well, I had a buddy who used to eat the barbecue sauce like soup.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he loved the sauce so much. He'd just get a jug of it.
Yeah, that's a local favorite. Yeah, for people in
Peebles.
Lakeland and Auburndale
Lakeland,
area.
I
yeah.
don't know what it is, but to be so small. Well, Lakeland. Well, would Fred's be considered Plant City?
Yeah, Fred's is Plant City,
Plant
but
City,
they have a Fred's in Lakeland.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I'm as a Jimbo's guy, to be honest with you. I like Peebles, but I love Jimbo's.
Jimbo's. We used to go there. Same thing. High
Jimbo's
school.
Big Pit.
Yeah.
You talking about Jimbo's on Memorial?
Yeah, the one in Lakeland. I
Or
know there's one in
Lakeland on
Tampa,
Memorial?
too. Yeah.
Oh,
but
they have one in Tampa. I
there's
didn't
one
know
in
that.
Tampa
Okay.
somewhere because we'll drive
off
by.
Kennedy. Off
Kennedy.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had one that's close, but I'd go eat
Yeah,
there.
Jimbo's
Yeah,
great.
Jimbo's
like a
Big
fat
Pit.
kid.
Yeah. Hey, call. What's your name?
What's up, boys?
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, it's Bobby D.
I know, Bobby. Go ahead.
Well, I'm from Chicago area originally, and it's so ironic you're talking about this. I got the sport peppers, I got the tomatoes, and I didn't get the poppy seed, but I have the relish and the onions and tomatoes.
Do you have the celery salt?
I do have celery salt also, sir.
You can sub in the poppy seeds for the opium.
No, you cannot.
You can take the opium and just
Bobby D, at one point, I acquired all of the elements of a Chicago dog, and I would make one here and there. And I'm going to tell you what the X factor was that I was missing. I don't know a store that carries, and I probably could have done some research, Vienna beef Frankfurters, which I think are essential.
Oddly enough, these Dietz and Watson all beef Franks, when you open up out of the packets, they're all still linked together, and it's a natural casing hot dog, and you can get them at Winn-Dixie, and I'll tell you what, they're damn good dogs, my friend.
Okay, all right. I think I'll be on that kick once I start picking up carbs a little bit more. I don't think there's too many that are going to kill me if I eat a
carbs
poppy
a little
seed
bit more.
bar.
You ate 3/4 of a hot dog bun. You're fine on carbs.
I know, but it's a slippery slope, dude. Introducing carbs.
But another thing?
Go ahead.
Is I'm a little disappointed in you.
What did I do?
Uh-oh.
Well, I'm just saying. Okay, you're good at sneaking ribs out. You should
I forgot about that.
and put them in your child's backpack with oil, pre-seasoned up, and damn you with that damn snack.
You remember that, Steve?
I remember hearing about. I can't remember.
I called
when and how,
the
but
manager saying
wrong,
that the
Bobby
guy
D.
got fired. Because he was stealing ribs from an event. What event was that?
I was not stealing ribs.
You stole ribs.
I was there. I took some to go.
No,
in a
no,
backpack?
he wasn't stealing them. He just got his plate ready.
Yeah. Yeah.
One was looking the other way is all he did.
Listen, I don't wait in line for the takeout action. I'm the first in line.
Did you walk out with holding like a doggy bag, or were they concealed?
No.
I'm sure they were in a doggy bag. They wouldn't have been concealed in any way.
Not in a backpack or anything.
They were in a plastic container given to me by the chef, as a matter of fact.
Sitting in the backpack.
Let me tell you about Black Rock. I don't have to steal anything out of there. Craig's a very generous man. And everybody was taking the risk.
Yeah, I like Craig.
What was that for? It was for the School of Rock. Oh, it was a School of Rock benefit. Yes, that's what it was. Go ahead. Caller. Drew Garabo Live. Hey.
Am I?
You're on.
I'm just talking about Mel's. Mel's, man.
Go ahead.
Growing up here in Tampa, I've been going there since the 70s, man. It is a wonderful place. You are correct.
Yeah.
I don't even think Portillo's from Chicago down here is as good as Mel's.
Well, let me say this. Portillo's is not as good as Mel's. Portillo's,
okay.
You're 100%. You don't have to think it. I'm telling you that it is not.
My son brought it up to me first, and I had to challenge him for a minute because I kind of like it. And I get that Italian beef over there too. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
But then I went back to Mel's. You got that poppy seed. They pull it out of that steaming water, and everything. Oh, it's good.
Yeah. Listen,
it's good. The Mighty Mel basket.
Yeah. Portillo's is fine, but Mel's signature item is that Chicago dog, and they've got
that Vienna beef, Vienna beef,
and they've got a different variety of items also on the menu, but the care that they give that Chicago dog as well, and like I say, those fries, forget about those fries, man, are fantastic as well.
Busch Gardens been trying to buy that corner from them for years.
I bet it would fit right in with their needs, but thank God
with their parking,
thank God that they've held the line. It is if you've been in Florida, if you've been in the Tampa Bay area,
I've been here.
But if you've been here for more than 5 years and you have not gone to Mel's, then you are missing out. You are missing out. I promise you that. Thanks, brother.
I need you to give people the money shot, though. You started off, it's about a $14 hot dog. How much is the hot dog at Mel's?
I'll have to look. It ain't $14, I'll tell you that. Let me see. Hey, caller, go ahead.
Oh, hey, man. I just want to say I'm a big fan of your radio program. And
Stop it. Stop with the fake accent.
Yeah,
Stop it.
That was going somewhere.
That sounded like that kid.
It sounded like somebody that didn't rehearse well enough.
It wasn't a good accent. I agree with you.
That's what it sounded.
That was definitely going somewhere.
It sounds like somebody that should have stood in front of the mirror a little bit longer. What can I do for you?
Hello.
Hello.
Is this Mo?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm from the Chicago area.
Right.
Target has Vienna hot dogs.
They do?
They do.
Oh, okay.
There is nothing better than a Chicago dog, but you got to have the Vienna. You got to have that dark green relish. But Target carries Vienna hot dogs.
I appreciate that. My friend. Thank you so much. I'm going to be on that. I said, how much did Mel's hot dogs sell for?
Now, mind you, that man told you he was from Chicago and then gave you advice.
Yeah, I like
Trust that advice with caution.
I believe him. Target. Mel's hot dogs in town, but this was not what I was looking for, but interesting, was sold for $435,000 to the Zabo family.
See, that's a lot for a hot dog.
September of 2023. It's a small corner. So I get that. It's a small building, although it can seat probably 50.
Yeah, I don't want to buy the building. How much is the darn hot dog?
I think Google misunderstood. How much does... Okay.
How about you just go to the website? Is that too easy?
Yeah.
Mel's...
I should have looked it up.
Hot dogs.
I got it.
Website.
Dogs can spend... visitors to Mel's hot dogs can spend... Oh, come on. I'm trying to find just the hot dog.
Menu. This is riveting radio,
menu,
by the way.
okay,
We're looking up a menu online.
Ain't nothing wrong. I've heard worse.
Trust me.
Great radio.
I put out worse
I've heard worse on bigger shows.
The slaw dog.
No, they started like $3.75 and they go up to...
There you go.
$7.78.
Okay. So you're not paying
for
more...
bacon cheddar dog.
That's a bacon cheddar
with a basket.
Hey, caller, go ahead.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Well, sir. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. No, I know a little bit about your background there, and this may have already been covered, but I got a question for you.
What?
Gold Star or Skyline?
I got to be honest with you. I'm not a Skyline chili is fine on a Skyline hot dog, but it's a little too watery for me. And the ground beef is too fine. It's not sturdy enough for chili for me. As a topping, Skyline is fantastic as a chili topping, but as a bowl of chili, it's not sturdy enough for me. But I do love it. Yeah, right. I do love it.
Yeah. I was never one for the 3 ways or anything like that, but I'm a Coney guy or a chili cheese dog all day.
Yeah.
And usually for me, I found out it seemed like I ate Skyline during the day at different times, lunch and whatnot. I'll even hit the one up in Clearwater. But it was always when I was drunk at night when I got Gold Star. It hit different. I'm
unfamiliar with Gold Star. I'm sorry. Is that an Ohio chain?
It's more like, I guess it's a little bit in like Cincinnati, but a little bit mostly in northern Kentucky, just over the river there.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know that I've ever had a Gold Star, but I can speak a lot on Skyline because I was there a lot. So, yeah. All right, thanks for the call, my friend. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
These Mel's prices are really reasonable.
Yeah, the Chicago dog is just as you described it, Mo, but it's the dog alone $4.25 and with a basket, which would be, I assume, with fries, $6.54 is all, and the dog is just the way you described it.
Okay, so a Chicago dog and fries and a drink is, what did you say?
Well, I don't know if the basket includes a drink.
Basket includes a drink.
It does.
Yeah,
okay,
it does
$6.54.
$6.54. They wanted $14.50 for a hot dog.
But wait till you hear what Mel charges you to go down this water slide.
Mel doesn't have Mel doesn't have a water slide. But that's how ridiculous is that?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
double the price.
Yeah, no, triple the price because you're getting fries and a drink.
Oh, that's it.
So
the dog alone's $4.25.
So the quality of dog too.
It's not just a dog; it's a Chicago dog.
Yeah, but understand something. If I ordered, I already told you, a drink at Adventure Island
was as much as
$7. Was as
Yeah.
much as the basket.
Yeah.
Yeah, base model dog.
I like it.
$3.75.
If you want the clear coat, we can.
You want the clear coat order for a base model
with a warranty.
Car guys are
the
funny.
LTZ. Yeah, the fully loaded LTZ dog.
You got the Black Diamond edition if you're interested. Now,
yeah. If you really want the family package, we can finance you a basket. 16 easy payments. Ice cold Coke. Ice cold.
There's a mortgage department right over here.
Oh, my God. So, again, tomorrow, Steve, you are out. I'm looking now. I'm sorry. I got distracted by this battle going on. This is interesting. This Elon Trump battle.
I find it fascinating you guys care so much. I couldn't
I care. I care like it's an epic car crash.
I was going to say you're watching a car crash.
Tesla stock dropped 14% today.
Yeah. Well, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
He lost billions.
I think, don't the feds step in at some point when you hit a certain number? Like they seize the assets?
But you think it's because of this battle?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, the Tesla stopped dropping 14%. It just tanked.
I think all of this is market manipulation.
Yeah, well, it may be. Hey, go. You got to be real quick. Go ahead, caller.
Ketchup does not belong on a hot dog.
I should have never taken this call. It's weird. The not controversy, but the ketchup versus mustard side. I can eat a hot dog plain. The hot dog is just a great food item. But if I have a choice, I'll put mustard on a Polish sausage or a sausage type. But if I have a hot dog, I typically reach for ketchup.
Do I have time for a quick dad's story?
Go.
So my dad, as a boy growing up, always asked me what I wanted on my hot dog, and I would always say ketchup. He would always bring me a hot dog with mustard, and it was like a running thing. Like I said ketchup, and it's like over and over again, same thing. And I was an adult. I love mustard on my hot dog, so I owe an apology to my dad. So love you.
Yeah. Steve, hot dog, ketchup or mustard?
Oh, I can do either if I had to. I mean, I've
What's
not
your
had
preference?
to, but my preference is definitely mustard. How about 18% drop, or $47.35, $151 billion in Tesla market value today.
Just dropped.
This story just came out at 6:37.
So the writing on the wall, buy Tesla stock.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
What do the people that own stock in Tesla care about this fight?
What do the people?
Because they're losing money.
Well, people are scared about what Trump's going to do to Elon, and so therefore that's a massive sell-off.
So
and that's driving the price down.
Oh, because he said like he could pull the government contract.
There's money to be made
all
too.
the government support for Tesla and SpaceX.
Right, but you can jump back in at the trough and ride this back up on the recovery and make
but this is a massive Wall Street sell-off because of this feud.
Look to see who took a short position in Tesla yesterday.
Right, exacally. Yeah,
look at those guys.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
They just made a lot of money.
Hey, caller, go ahead.
Hey, it's a question for Steve. Steve, the race cars you got in your showroom, did you take those in on trade-in, or did you purchase those outright?
Ooh, good question.
When you say race car, like we have, I've got a Copo drag car. The drag car, maybe?
Oh, yeah, you got all kind of nice cars in your showroom.
Well, a lot of them are classic cars. Most of them are trades, not all of them. A couple of, I buy and sell at Mecum Kissimmee auction every January usually. But the Copo drag car, for example, I've had that one for about 10 years. But those were hard to get, and actually bought that from GM. But they come in different ways. We do trade for a lot of classics.
Now, I was kind of curious if you ever wanted to put a sprint car in your collection.
I don't know that I probably would at this time, but I mean, I certainly appreciate them.
Thank you for the offer. Final call. Go ahead.
Hey, Mo, you mentioned you're from Chicago, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how about the Crawford Sausage Company? 100 years of making the Daily Dog.
Ooh, the Daily Dog. Yeah.
That Daily Dog. Forgot about it.
I did.
Both the small thin or the big thick.
I did.
Either way.
As an adult, I find it problematic ordering the big thick dog.
And they will ship to you frozen.
Yeah.
A case of dogs.
Yeah.
Once a month.
My bad. Thank you for the reminder. Yes, I forgot about the Daily Dogs. You know, man. Yeah. Chicago, White Castle. Chicago dog and a White Castle hamburger. That's what I took away from my city and brought a love for back here. We really need to get some White Castle down here. And And again, I have no idea. I was so happy when Mel's moved to Carrollwood, and I was like, "Oh, this is a no-brainer." There's not, the only one you can go to is on Bush Boulevard, but
I got to check it out.
Yeah, you
have not been there.
Seriously, you do, and you want to sit down in there and eat. Yeah, it's fantastic. The fries and everything else. Steve, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me in.
What do you got going on down the Stingray Chevrolet?
Truck month. I mean, I thought you'd say it first. It's always truck month. That's what you always tell me.
Patrick, it's always truck.
Always truck
Car
month.
dealers. It don't matter what month you ask. Hey, what's going on? What you got? Truck month.
What we got going on is no dealer fee because most everybody else has a dealer fee, and that's $1,000 to $1,500, and it's real.
Yes.
I mean, the other competition will say that it's not, but it really is. You can get $1,000 to $1,500 better deal just compared to the bottom line.
There you go. Oh, okay. I love that, and you just reminded me I have to do something. Patrick, I'll see you tomorrow, right?
I'll see you tomorrow, buddy.
All right, we will be back, Patrick and myself, tomorrow. Enjoyed the hell out of you, Steve. Thank you again. Thanks you for that generous bottle of bourbon that you gave both Patrick and myself. Yep. The Mike Calta Show replay coming up.
You're listening to Drew Garabo live on 102.5 The Bone. We are Real Raw Radio. 102.5 The Bone. Surfside Seltzer presents JP's Metallica Liquid Lunch. Join JP and The Bone Friday, June 6th as we pregame for Metallica with a live broadcast at the original Hooters in Clearwater. And if you didn't get your tickets yet, sorry for your luck, loser. Just kidding.
You hooked me up with tickets to the show.
We have tickets. JP will have 3 pair of last-minute Metallica tickets for you to win on site. So, obviously, you need to call off work. Just tell your boss JP said it's cool and head to the original Hooters in Clearwater. Meet JP, Monica, and Dizzy. Drink some Surfside Seltzers, and you might just win some Metallica tickets.
This is James from Metallica. Hey, win your tickets.
JP's Metallica Liquid Lunch with a live broadcast at the original Hooters in Clearwater. We'll see you there. 102.5 The Bone. Real Raw Radio.
Achieva Credit Union is awesome. I've been a proud member for a decade now, and I couldn't be more satisfied with the service I get in every branch. If you want to open an auto loan, start a mortgage, start a business account, go to achievacu.com to learn all they can do for you. That's ACHIEVACU.com if you would like to learn about becoming a happy and satisfied Achieva Credit Union member just like me. Thanks so much for your support, Achieva Credit Union.
Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
So your heftiest backup is that earlier crash northbound I-75 that's been there for 2 hours. Still looking at traffic down to one right lane approaching I-4, which will back you up still around an hour to 60. Lithia Pinecrest Road has a crash southbound at Lithia Center Lane back to Valrico Road. Keep an eye on Sun City Center Boulevard. Eastbound at around 301. Traffic is clogging there a bit. Back to South Pebble Beach Boulevard. In Pinellas, dwindling delay now. US 19 north at Haynes Bayshore Road. That earlier crash in the clearing stages. Backing up traffic now to Roosevelt. This is Eric in the Farah Traffic Center.
If you're in a slip and fall accident, time is not on your side. Stores have video footage that's crucial evidence in your case. You've got to act quickly. Call Farah and Farah so we can preserve it before it disappears. Tampa.
Pin Chasers has Bone Bowling Night every Wednesday night for just $12.99. It's all you can bowl from 9 until close. Go to pinchasers.net to reserve your lane, and you'll get that same great deal at the Pin Chasers in Pasco County, in Brandon, the one on Armenia, and the one right off the Veterans on Hillsborough. Tons of great indoor fun for your friends and family. Pinchasers.net.
Bowling, food, and fun at Pin Chasers.
Life is busy. Luckily, Racetrack's here to keep you on track every day.
Running around and the time makes you nervous. Are you still a mom or just a taxi service?
With ice-cold drinks, hot pizza, freshly ground coffee, and even Swirl World frozen yogurt for the kids.
The schedule is packed with things that they have to do, but with so much to choose from, you'll find something for you.
Racetrack is here to keep you going.
Racetrack's gonna get you.
Racetrack, whatever gets you going.
If you're thinking about selling your home, what is keeping you up at night worried? Will I sell it on time? Will I leave money on the table? What if I can't find a home after I sell my home? Jeff Borum of Team Borum with eXp Realty has the solutions for all of those worries. Leave the worry to Jeff. Google Team Borum or go online to jeffborum.com. That's jeffborum.com and start packing.
The Great Resignation is upon us, and for good reason. People hate their jobs. Quitting your job is easy. It's finding one you won't also hate that's hard. At National Aviation Academy, you can learn to work on and maintain aircraft in as little as 14 months. Call 800-659-2080 or visit wingmenwanted.com. Quit hating. Start training. Visit wingmenwanted.com. For more information about our statistics, visit naa.edu/consumer-information.
If you've been hurt in an accident, call Bernetti PA. We make it easy. In fact, you can hire us by phone, over the internet, or we'll come to you. Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Lakeland, Tampa, St. Pete.
You got leaky pipes, cold showers? Well, no problem. Hawkins Service Co. has plumbing deals that'll make your wallet smile. Get $250 off when you install a tank or tankless water heater, $100 off a water conditioning system, and they're waiving the service fee with any plumbing repair. Do you need more? How about $49 drain cleaning or $500 off a whole home repipe? But hurry, these deals will flush away after June 30th. Give them a call today, 813-445-8209, or visit them online at hawkinsserviceco.com. Hawkins, one call, handles it all.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/radio, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED. But Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
You or someone you know thinking about buying a home, tune in to the Loan Arranger radio show Saturdays from 11 to 12. Make no bones about it. It's the place to go for no-nonsense mortgage and real estate advice.
The Guaranteed Offer from Mark Spain Real Estate's the easiest way to sell your home. You can save time, make the most money, and eliminate the hassle this summer. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our offers are the strongest in the industry. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home and skip the hassle of constant cleaning and costly repairs. There's no showings, no open houses, and no stress. Our guaranteed offer keeps you in control. One of our clients, Ryan, said, Mark Spain Real Estate exceeded our expectations by helping us achieve significantly over our asking price. We received much more than we ever anticipated, and we cannot recommend Mark Spain Real Estate enough. I've served homeowners like you for nearly 30 years and have helped over 67,000 satisfied clients. And I know what matters most, a quick sale and maximum profit. Trust the top real estate team in the U.S. and close with confidence. Find out what your guaranteed offer would be. There's no obligation. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio.
Please listen carefully.
This program was recorded at an earlier date and time. The content contained here may be out of date and context. Listener discretion is advised. 102.5 The Bone.
I'm about to whip somebody's ass. Oh, I'm about to whip somebody's ass. Oh, if you don't leave me alone, you're gonna have to send me home, 'cause I'm about to whip somebody's ass.
All right, here we go.
It's the Mike Calta Show.
Now, you ready for this?
This is happening!
Good morning.
Good morning.
We've talked the whole night through.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Hey, wake up, stupid!
You know what I'm saying? I think you do.
Check 1, 2.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
All systems are go.